Trevor, I've always wondered what it would be like to be in the bale making business, whether there was a demand for bales and how much money you could make out of bales of straw covered in white plastic. Now I know, looking at this shot of art where we are for the final 2.5 kilometres of the day, Friday, there seems to be a lot of money in Ireland baling up straw.
Yeah, it's a funny story. There was a big bank robbery in the centre of Belfast a little while ago. Do you remember?
No, don't start.
No, but it was quite funny because my wife's... it's 25 million or something like that? 26 million. So my wife, we were driving through the country, she said, I bet money's in those bales. So she pointed out the bales inside of the thing.
Mrs. Agnew may very well have something there. If they are, we'll pop down there tonight and get one.
Yeah, so these bales, obviously it's a straight stage through the station at now. You can see the course car coming through there, which is a spectator safety car. So it's going to be wet, it's going to be slippery. We're going to get 3 laps off the stage. We'll get the map up in a second, and I'll talk you through what's happening and what's about to happen. It's a little bit different from the special stages we had, a conventional special stage, in that on this street stage we're going to do 3 laps. Each car will do 3 laps, but we'll set them off, they'll be set off at 15-second intervals. So 3 cars on the stage at a time, 15 seconds apart.
Extreme humidity meeting us down there in Newtownards. So a little... what do you call that? Little fret, I think is what they call it. Little sea fret.
Scotch mist.
Scotch mist.
Would I be able to change battery?
Has made its way into Belfast tonight. This is interesting, setting guys off at 15-second intervals, but do normal rules of these things apply here? You can lose your rally, but you can't win it. That's the situation.
Exactly that, and certainly in conditions like this. It's a bit unusual as well that you've serviced beforehand. There will be another service in the morning before we go out, 15-minute service. We'll do that.
There's a new voice in the
studio. Anyone hear me on 4?
The viewers are hearing.
Oh, you can hear me?
What is the identity behind the mystery voice, Trevor?
The mystery voice is a gentleman who has great history with this rally. The first time I think I remember you, it's Ian Beasant, everyone. The first time I think I remember you doing the event was with Richard Hall way back. That would have been 1988.
86.
86 is the first time you did it.
12 years old.
Sponsored by Fram Filters.
No, we were sponsored by a company called Car Parts. This was before the Fram Filters time.
Who Richard Hall worked for.
That's right.
Got you. Okay, so tell us a bit about your history of the circuit around.
It was 1600 something. We'd done it in 85, and that was our first international ever, because anybody that rallies in Northern Ireland or Ireland, it was always, and you know yourself, you want to do the Circuit of Ireland. You don't want to win it, but you just want to compete and do it. It's the Circuit of Ireland name. It was probably the first rally I ever saw when I was 15 or 16. You went and saw the Circuit of Ireland. That was you hooked. That was just, mouth on the floor type job. So eventually got around, built a new car for 86. Brand new Sunbeam. At that time, I think somebody told me the other day, it cost £6,000.
What would it cost now?
Second hand ones are probably 25 grand.
It's not bad. Have you still got it?
No. Oh no, he sold it, I think, shortly afterwards. But we did that. The entry fee was about 400 quid. It was 609 stage miles, 1,500 road miles. We couldn't afford to do the recce, so we didn't do any recce. We bought a set of Brian Patterson's pace notes. I changed them to suit what he liked, not just descriptive notes. We did one stage that actually was the first stage used this morning, because that's what the car was built. Checked the notes down there, thought that was fine, and went and did the rally.
And?
Finished 9th overall.
Well,
first Ulster car, first Ulster crew, first private crew. We walked out with £2,500 of prize money.
Wow.
And that was enough
Happy
for us
days.
to go and do the Scottish rally.
In 1986,
Yeah.
That's 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's why I said I was 12.
Yeah.
So £2.5 grand in 1986, that'd be worth about £3,000 now.
It was sponsored by a well-known tobacco company at that time. They don't appear anymore.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been Rothmans, would it?
You're joking. How'd you know? You've a better memory than me.
They got everywhere, didn't they?
Yeah. It was funny actually when you say Rothmans, because none of us smoked, and you used to go to the first control in the morning, and there was always the Rothmans girls there. And they used to say, do you smoke, do you smoke? Well, of course all the service crew smoked. So we'd say, yeah, oh yeah, we smoke. So we got these packets and packets of cigarettes. Had to hide them in the car. We got to the first service, then give them to all the boys. No, what's wrong with the car? No, don't worry, did you get cigarettes? Got cigarettes, yes. So they all got the cigarettes, and that was them police for the day. That was their pay.
It's very good. There's no justice, is there? But it's good of you to put the service crew first. That's good of you to be thinking about the guys who are working on the car.
I was only thinking, keep it going.
Yeah. Now, Trevor, when you were competing, what did you get for your service crew? When you, oh no, forget it.
No, he charged them for opening doors and things, let them out. And
I can imagine that.
Is it pick on Trevor time? What's going on?
no, it's just the truth coming out.
I invited you here, remember?
No, you didn't. You begged me.
So anyway, what are you up to now? What's I know you do a lot with Q Radio.
Yeah,
you've
I've
been
been
doing
doing
that for
that.
years. Long?
Well, Q2 a couple of years before that was the Cool and Downtown, and they were then bought over by Bar, and they don't really do this kind of thing anymore. So I moved to Q, and today I've been out doing on-the-air reports at the end of every stage. Well, I haven't been at the end of every stage, but as many as I can get to. And they just go out after the news and doing the same tomorrow again too. So I sort of stopped rallying at the time because I started my own business. I didn't have the time, and then the radio came and said, Ian, we're going to do this and you're going to do it. And I said, well, I've never been on radio. And they said, 1986 Circuit of Ireland, we interviewed you. And the guy said to me, there's a car sitting outside and you're staying on the Mount Errigal Inn tomorrow night and your first report's at 3 o'clock. That's how I started.
Okay.
I had no idea what I was doing.
Fair enough.
And still to be truthful, I don't have much of an idea. Nothing has changed.
Anyway, we're about a minute away from the scheduled start of the stage. Producer Pete, what have...
Here's the good. There's good and bad news here. The bad news first is they've gone to black. That's a technical TV term, which means you don't want to know about that. The good news is we've got a map. Ian, if we get this map up and have a look at it, your reaction to the 1, 2, 3
It's
tonight with the
somewhere
stage.
there.
That's right. There's the map of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be able to say, he's being
Oh.
very clever. Oh,
Right.
Reef, hang on a second.
There's a town hall in Ards.
My back legs have gone.
There we
Somebody's
go.
put a lot of work in. Are we going to do it again? Just in case you missed it 30 seconds ago, there is Ards again.
So-
Length of 2.5 kilometres. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
That'll be fast. 90 right, 90 right. A few bales. This is looking very fast.
That's the finish. So we go past it once.
So it's a block and a half.
Yeah, we go. No, we keep going. We do another one, and we do another one. The third time we go over that flying finish is the end of the stage.
Right.
Is how I understand it from what I've been told. So we'll see.
And Ian, we have Craig Breen leading the event overall, and we have Alistair Fisher in third place overall. What have you made of that? As an Irishman and an Ulsterman in the top 3, heading for the podium.
Well, I spoke to Craig Breen yesterday morning down at the test stage, at the start of the test stage, and he was very cool and calm compared to what I saw him last year, where he was really uptight and he really wanted to win the circuit. Last year his dream was to win the Circuit of Ireland. This year I noticed a marked difference, that he was quieter, more relaxed. I think not been in the championship or in any championship, all the pressure was off him. He tested the car, he was happy with the car, and he was just out to enjoy himself. Even at the end of the first stage today, when I saw Alfred Evans was speaking to him, he came out and he was a bit uptight because he was saying he picked the wrong tyres, he picked a too soft a tyre, and the front tyres, to be truthful, when I felt them, had gone completely off. And then he actually stayed at the end of the first stage with me until 2 or 3 other guys come, and he couldn't believe his own time because he thought he'd lost so much time.
Yeah.
But Craig came down the stage and he dropped, I think, 6 or 8 seconds, and so wasn't really a problem to him. His plan must be just to see, boom. But his tyre choice, he told me, it was always for the longest stage, Glendon, or I call it Glendon because when in the 80s,
he got that right, didn't he?
he got that spot on. Because we used to do it actually. You went up Orla Lodge one way, turned round, and come down Glendon the other way. That was 30 miles of stages.
You would never have dreamt if anybody joined them together, would you?
No,
Back then?
no, you wouldn't have. And especially, going up Torhead too is. We always went down Torhead. I never actually went up Torhead.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I just thought, It's a great idea because it keeps the average speed down, so it keeps within the rules and things like that, you know, because Glendon is a very, very fast stage. Now, we used to do it before there was no bales, there was no nothing, and, you know, there's people hanging out of hedges everywhere. It was.
So is this the future doing it this way around?
I don't know, but I think the future, I think it's actually going back quite a bit to people, especially competitors, wanting longer stages. There's more driving in them, they can get more committed in them, they can get more enjoyment out of them, and you can actually place people on the stage in different places. It's actually easier to control a longer stage, I think, than maybe 10 short stages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You get everybody in, get them all settled, they all get a place to go. It's also focus a lot of the time as well, isn't it? If people will decide, that's the stage for me. It's an easier decision to go and watch.
Yeah.
You got more people on the stage competing at the one time as well. They had one in Mexico this year, which I think was
50 kilometres.
80 kilometres.
80 kilometres,
50 miles.
Yeah.
And it kind of got mixed reviews. Some liked it, some didn't, and that was a variety of stages mixed together. So they were familiar places in familiar directions. They just bolted them on together to make it a long one, to see who had the kind of endurance for a stage like that. And it comes down to simple things like concentration and just endurance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So on stage, on stage, I think is someone that you know. This is the person I think. It's Robin Phillips and Michael Gibson who run the Zero car. The year I was talking about, 1988, I was co-driving Robin in the Volkswagen Golf. The year before, he was part of the British junior team of the driver.
We actually went into that competition, but you did it.
So
the two drivers picked from over here, would you believe it or not, were Richard Hall and...
So what they did, Volkswagen, they selected one driver from each country and they had a competition with Volkswagen Golf ran by David Sutton Motorsport as well, so it was well done to the Volkswagen group. Robin entered. Pardon me?
Simon Davison was one of the ones.
Simon Davison was the English driver. Callum...
Scottish guy.
Yeah. Callum Guy, was it?
Callum Guy, I think it was, yeah.
And there was a guy called Steve... the Welsh guy was...
Who came from the motoring...
Steve
Davis, motoring news rally champion at one
time. There you go, yeah. So, the four of them had a go. Robin's car was unreliable, but the following year he got it sorted. It was a 16-valve 2-litre Volkswagen Golf. So we did the circuit around 1988. We didn't get beyond the first day, but I had a good association with Robin. He's a good friend. So that's who's running the Zero car and that Toyota GT86. So we've seen the layout of it. It'll probably be about 3 or 4 minutes now before the first car starts. And remember, it's going to be fast and furious cars every 15 seconds. So on zero, so in other words, at the top of the minute, one car will be released. Then at 15 seconds past the minute, 30 seconds past the minute, and 45.
This is bale-tastic, isn't it?
They go mad with the bales, they really do. I never did a rally with too many bales in it, thankfully. I actually think they can be very helpful, but after a fast piece of road they can be very dangerous too, because they're very hard to hit.
Looks like a game of checkers that went wrong.
These are the main streets of Newtownards. If you drive anywhere through Newtownards, if you're heading down the Arch Peninsula, you go down these streets. You know, I saw a video the other day of Brian Patterson doing the recce, and there's lots of traffic. So just to make it a little bit safer, obviously last year with 25,000 people come out to the crowds, Northdown Borough Council do a fantastic job in getting the people along to it. You can see even tonight when it's miserable as regards the weather, they've turned out in their hordes, and it's great to see it. Great to bring a rally to the people like this.
If nothing else, it is a fantastic sound, isn't it? Rally cars, the sound of the cars banging off the walls of the shops and the houses around special stages like this.
It really just livens the whole place up and gives everybody a buzz, because you know, you used to be able to rally in Ireland, actually drive through villages as part of the stages, and if you were sitting in the car, it was absolutely fantastic. You know, it just gave you the real buzz, because you could hear them vibrating. You know, one of the famous one is the village in Donegal, what do you call it? Ramelton. Everybody and their granny went to Ramelton. Yeah. And then they went to the steakhouse afterwards. But it was just fantastic. And they stood at the side of the road. I mean, there was none of those bales and all that. But, you know, times have changed and it has to be that, and it's good to see it. But that was the highlight of the rally.
What was the name of the steakhouse? It wasn't the Silver Tasset, was it?
No, that's down the road a bit.
Oh, it is.
No,
that's a your one.
And they used to have a sprint. There was a rally sprint they used to hold in Remelton.
They used to hold, and in the rally sprint, not only in the rally sprint, they did a sort of half hill climb, half sprint. They had single-seater cars, weren't there?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy used to win.
And there used to be a few straw bales, and I mean a few straw bales, John, like the square straw bales, just about
sure.
So if you went off like in a single-seater car, it was.
But people knew where to go, they knew where to stand and where not to be.
Yeah, I think it's that, or maybe. I think a lot of it is nowadays when you're told you're not allowed to go somewhere, people go there. You know, before people had more sense. This might hurt if somebody hits me, so I'll stand back.
Yeah. Just trying to work out whereabouts that is.
That's the main street.
Stretch. That'll be.
There actually would be an accident.
Do we have a car?
Well, yeah.
Oh, here he is.
First car draws up to the line. This is Kinovich. In one of these numerous Ford Fiesta
But he's in a
R5s.
bit of a dilemma here. He leads.
Absolutely awesome machinery you're going to see here tonight.
5 points in the championship. And which one does he go for?
This is
I think
the
after
biggest collection
on the last
in
round,
Europe that's ever been seen of these cars. I mean,
I think
the
he got 25
whole of
points.
Europe.
Yeah. Now there's a strange one in Canaries as well. I think what happened was something
Guys
went
get
wrong with the
one
compressor that
go
pumps
at
the air into
this.
the tires.
Driving is absolutely blind.
So then the tires got hot.
Guys behind me, Craig Green.
The rubber actually
the
came off.
brakes.
It should because the rubber actually came off.
Behind us here. Tension starting to rise at the start
Water
line.
condensed inside the tyre.
When you put the air in, there was
Kino
water in the
Kinovic
compressor, there was
on
a leak
the
in the
line.
compressor, so it was shooting a little bit of water in as well. Of course, the water heats up, expands the tire beyond what it normally did.
And then goes bang.
But it doesn't go bang,
What?
just it
overheated.
overheats and it just delaminates it. Strange.
Previously, the backers are Robert Kubica.
So, Titan has a sister over here. She lives in the south of Ireland, I think. So he used to come over and visit her, and so he knows a lot about Ireland. His helmet as well is a different helmet design each year. I think maybe this one was designed by some school kids. It's a really funky design.
Small and smiling.
How difficult is it when you've come off all the long stages, you've done all the hard work, you've gone into service, you've got cold, your brain's gone, you've been distracted, then suddenly you've got to get your head together for the final 2.5 kilometres, which you know is just it's going to be over like that, isn't it? But so dangerous.
It's probably more scary because that's the bit you're worried about.
The tricky bit.
That's when it could go wrong.
It's the awkward bit, right at
Once
the end.
the big long stages, you get yourself psyched up for, you get everything ready, you're on the right tyres or what you think's the right tyres, you feel the car's good, you feel everything's good, so everything should be okay. And then you come back and as you say, everything cools down. What tyres you going out on the small stage? What do you think? Have you seen the curve there? You know, and everybody tries to play the wind up game, you know, what's that, what's this, what's that. That's the bit you worry about. We used to do a stage in the RDS grounds in Dublin. On a Saturday morning, Trevor would remember this in the circuit, and it was very similar to this because it had curves and things, and that was the one you wanted to get out of more than anything, because you clip a curve, let the wheel off, let it run.
Scrub tyres or new ones for this? This is you've got the spares on here, aren't they?
Yeah,
We never had new ones.
Oh.
We used to buy Louise Aiken's old ones.
And drama can happen off the start line here. Last year, you'll remember that Robert Woodside didn't have the Fiesta, he had a Porsche, one of the Richard Tucko's Porsche, the same black livery, and the transmission went good.
If they're not warm by now.
So you can see that's the advance board for the finish. He's over the finish line, so he'll do that
15 seconds
twice
on from
more
there.
before he stops. You can see the split there. The last time he'll go to the left instead.
And now the second car should have started by now, shouldn't it? Because they're going at 0, 15 and 30, is that right?
Yeah, that's what they said. Doesn't look like 15 seconds behind him. You can see, there he is.
There, one at the bottom.
Yep.
Pods on. They're not necessarily being used.
Just in case of a delay. Sometimes a spectator stage like this, it can be delayed, so it's not worth taking a chance. Sunset we worked out was at 10 to 8, yeah, so not far off. Again, big downpour of rain, you definitely need the lights.
It certainly is dull enough. Someone using headlights anyway, just to keep an eye on things.
Should have been seeing Keith Cronin round about now, Ian, but fate had different plans for him.
I even knew about that. I was standing at the end of the first stage this morning, and Rory Kennedy came running up to me and he said, "Just had a phone call, Keith Cronin's not coming here." That was it. Rory, what happened? Don't know. He's just not coming here. There's Alistair, that's who's Rory's managing this weekend.
It's amazing how they take tight corners, these cars. They are so flat, there's so much grip.
It amazes me because that street I know quite well, John, and to be truthful, it's a street that there's buses up and down every single day, dropping diesel, there'll be a lot of rubber on it. It would be a slippery place, and the amount of grip those cars have,
It's phenomenal.
it's phenomenal.
Now I'm assuming in here, it'll clean a bit and dry a bit, there'll be no worries about being further down the road order. If you are further down, then it should be a bit rubbered in almost, wouldn't it? Like a racetrack.
I would say the chicanes might be a bit wider after watching Alistair pushing them over a bit.
Yes.
Oh.
Great again.
That looked like Alistair going left at the split, which would mean he's finishing, so anyway, we'll see.
It'll all come out in the wash at the end.
Yeah.
As a co-driver, you always find
See the
this.
split here? Right
Yeah.
is for the next lap, left is the finish.
Okay, yeah, work that out. So, to our left
Yeah,
is the split, to our right, as we
Correct.
look at it, is the end of the stage.
Correct.
Right.
As a co-driver, when you're doing a stage like that, you're always shouting for miles in front of the driver to make sure, and sometimes they still go the wrong way and blame on you.
3 down. So it's the first 3 cars complete.
Here's a
Next
man that's
on the
done
line.
very well today.
Brilliant, Marty McCormick in the Super 2000 car. So we'll get a little bit more noise with this. Normally aspirated, it'll rev a bit more. 6-speed sequential gearbox in it, and it'll sound mighty good through the buildings as he makes his way around Newtownards town centre.
He's a big smile on his face today. He's really enjoying it. Every time he's seen it on the stage, what was that like? Bit slippy, but it was great. He's really enjoying himself today.
There was one, I think it was stage 4, where a lot of guys were coming in sort of sucking air through their teeth, and Marty got in and he said, "Yeah, we had a real good push on that one." And I thought, now there's a guy who's, it's all working.
Yeah, it seems to be just flowing for him. It's just everything's just working for him. He's really enjoying it. I think after the disappointment of the first round where the car didn't even make it to the start,
Yeah.
it's probably the pressure's off and he's just enjoying himself. He's in home ground.
He just seemed to be so relaxed yesterday. When I talked to him after the practice for the qualifying stage, he was just really relaxed, feeling confident. The car was well balanced, he said, and then he put in a strong time. I think he was 6th in the qualifying stage. And today I knew the roads would suit him, and he's banged in a great performance. So 2nd in the British Championship behind this man, Frederick Olin,
He's been
on the rally.
absolutely super day.
He certainly, again, he surprised a lot of people like he did in Wales. Not me or John, because we know how fast he has been in Sweden and Finland, the Scandinavian and the Nordic rallies. Oh,
Marty's really
Yeah,
enjoying
bit of
himself.
Bit of tail
Yeah.
action. Who was it who gave us a new phrase today?
tank slapper.
Who's that? Tail happy. I can't remember who it was. It was talking about being tail happy.
That was in the Mark II Escort, wasn't it, when we were watching the national rally? I think someone commented on that. Drew Wiley. So there he goes. This is his last lap there.
I was very interested to hear the interview with Seb.
Oh,
a bit sideways,
stepped away.
and out of control. He has.
Yeah.
That's Frederick Olin.
Yeah,
I was just
well
about to
held
say.
that man. What tyres has he got on? Has he got a puncture?
No, he's banned the suspension. He's banned the suspension.
The wings off it.
Yeah. back left hand.
Back
wing.
left.
Yeah.
Where's he
knocked
hit that?
He's lucky the wheel's still on. He's clipped the curb.
That is exactly what we were talking about right at the
Well
beginning.
then.
You can't win
Yeah.
it, but you can throw it away. And now he's holding up the car behind.
Yeah, and he
so
won't
he's
see
under
him.
pressure to pull over.
He won't see him. He's seen him now.
And remember, he's got to get back to Belfast too.
He has,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he will have service. That's the good thing. He'll have service in the King's Hall. He just needs to make this car get there.
Now, I was doing the maths and giving this guy the win in the British Championship, which put him 10 points behind Elvin Evans, and that was the reason I was assuming.
Commentators first. Look at
That wheel
His
is
point is-
moving
he's-
too. He's moving front and back.
That's a
Yeah.
shopping trolley in. That's
Yeah.
not a rally car.
I think if he can get to the end of the stage, I think he can sort that. Hopefully there'll be a rod in the back of the car, steering arm or a tracking arm in the back of the car.
Yeah, he can tighten or something. See.
But I think he should just come out of it a little bit.
He's got to
the
get
end.
it to the finish.
He's not, for all the amount of time he's going to lose here.
This will cheer Elvin up.
He's
as
another
he's
one to go.
sitting at home watching this on his laptop, or at least back
Okay.
in the hotel.
Well, that's it.
He's got it right there.
So, once he clears the control, once he goes out onto the road section, he would be taking that car.
A ratchet strap
Well,
is
we
probably
said-
needed.
Well, we said there's a curb out there, and if you hit one, you can chuck it away.
Just so happens so easy.
Of all the stages that could have happened on, he picked the right one to make his mistake today.
How far back to Belfast and to Park Ferme and trouble?
It's not that
Is it
far.
doable?
It's doable because he won't have wrecked the tyre too much. There's no damage to the wheel that I could see. It's a suspension part that's
Suspension's
broken.
taking it, probably.
So,
and he probably have a spare wheel on board.
A suspension link will have broken. If he can't fix it, a spanner, a pair of cable ties, that type of job that we know can repair it, and he'll get it back to the service park. And the guys have 15 minutes in the morning to sort it. He'll go straight back into Park Ferme tonight when he gets there, but that shouldn't be a problem at all.
No. Because they'll just change the whole suspension unit in the morning and that'll be it.
So, fastest through so far is Alistair Fisher on 2 minutes and 10 seconds, followed by Kaitan Katanovic.
And
You can say it, but
Martin
me and I tried.
McCormack will be the overnight leader in the British Rally Championship section of the rally, because of course Frederick Orley in there with that problem at the rear has dropped half a minute and more, and so Marty is now back in the lead.
Okay, so the times we have, Alistair Fisher and Gordon Noble, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Second, Kaitan Katanovic, 2 minutes and 13, so 3.1 seconds behind. Third, the guy who we saw getting held up by Frederick, but not too much, was Jaromir Tarabas in the Skoda Fabia R5. Marty McCormack in fourth. Fifth, Craig Breen on stage, and Frederick Olin has dropped 43.9 seconds to the leader, Alistair Fisher. Overall, that means that Craig Breen is leading by 25 seconds from Katanovic. Third is Alistair Fisher, 2.5 behind that. Then Marty McCormack, then Tarabas, and Frederick Olin is in sixth at the minute.
Isn't that incredible? The whole state of that guy's rally, the whole state of that guy's weekend has just changed as a result of just, I don't know, he might have overcooked it slightly, lost a bit of grip coming out of a corner, bang, hit the curb, and
Just touched the curb somewhere and it's just...
Amazing. We've got 6 cameras around this circuit, which is only 800 metres, and we missed it.
Was that a dig at the cameraman? You can be careful what you say, Trevor.
You have no idea how hard the guys have worked on this project. It's incredible. You probably don't know, Ian, but in the studio here last night to get everything ready, there's 2 or 3 people didn't go to bed. So that's the level of commitment that they have here. As I said earlier, it's fantastic to be part of the team. So passionate about the rally, so part about bringing something that's innovative and new. Certainly a lot of the feedback that we've had today would indicate that people like it, and if that's the case, then hopefully it's a whole new way of people nowadays consuming their entertainment on their tablet, on their smartphone, on their computers. Of course, you can stand
on TV.
You can stand at the side of the road and you can have your 4G smartphone, watch the rally go past, watch the cars live on the stage with the drones that we had up earlier, stage side cameras with cameras and cherry pickers, and then hear the drivers talk at the end of the stage. So I think it's me as a rally fan, when I heard about the concept and Bobby Willis, the event director, asked me to get involved, I definitely wanted to do it because it's great, just from a rally fan's point of view.
Yeah, it's worked really well because I've watched it today and it's amazing. Even 10 years ago, like I've been out doing the radio stuff for 10, 15 years. But it was so easy. It's getting easier and easier because you get so much more information. Before it was a mobile phone, but not everybody had a mobile phone. So I had to go to the end of every single stage to get what I wanted. Now, if there's a roadblock, something happened, you don't.
Yeah.
And if anything happens, automatically Twitter, Facebook, somebody has it.
So we have a little bit of a delay here. It could be because Frederick Olin maybe spun at the finish of the stop line. We don't know. It might just be because they wanted to allow people to move about the stage to get the different vantage points.
Who is that there?
That is Tom Keogh.
I thought it was Tom.
It is.
Now, he could really cheer himself up and put a smile on his face for tomorrow if he was to avoid the curves, keep it nice and straight, get round here and be among the top 3 times. That would change his weekend in a different way to the way that Freddie's had his weekend changed.
I think it would give him a bit of confidence because he's lacked that today. It seems every time you talk to him, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to be in tune with the car at all.
He says, I've got to go and look at the DVDs, I've got to check the data, I've got to do it. And I feel like saying, just enjoy
drive
yourself. Yeah, exactly, just drive it.
It was such refreshing to see Marty McCormack. He's been through a lot over the last couple of years with cars and things, and he's having an absolute ball today. And if it had snowed today, what's it like, Marty? Brilliant. That was the answer you were getting. It was nothing. There was nothing could put him out of the mood he was in, which is great to see.
It's been an eventful day though, John, hasn't it? We've had quite a few retirements today. Elvin Evans, who dominated the qualifying stage yesterday, took 1 second per kilometre off everybody else. Set his benchmark this morning in the first stage. Unfortunately in stage 3 there was a belt come off, the engine overheated, so he didn't get to finish today. The good news is we spoke, Seb Marshall tracked down Dick Cormack, the team manager in the service park, who told us that he will be out on the stages tomorrow, and again it'd be good to see that benchmark. Elvin's on a complete high of course this year, dominated the first round in Monte Carlo even with 2 punctures.
But are they hit with a penalty for missing a stage? So I mean, Elvin kept went out on 3, so he didn't do 3, 4 or 5. So what, 5 minutes is it? And
he's not going to really pull back in the stage that we have tomorrow.
But he might come away with a few points. He might get a handful of points.
He will get points definitely, but it'd be great to see him have a go at it tomorrow. He's not lacking confidence, let's face it. He's won everything up until this event that he's competed on this year. So 2 rounds of the of WRC2 and also the first round of the British Championship, which remember he jokered in Wales, so he had double points in that one. So 50 points. There we go. Tom Keogh's in the stage.
Lots of light now.
Yeah.
That delay just changes the light, doesn't it? You may have made a calculation as to how light it's going to be when you're going to get there, and then a delay puts you into the darkness.
Not so bad on this stage because it's quite open. There are probably street lights that are on there at the minute as well, which of course the camera doesn't show.
It seems to have got dark very quickly all the same, hasn't it?
It does, yeah.
Who's at the end of the national event tonight? What time are they going to be going? About closing time, I think.
Yeah.
For half one.
They'll be dropping off the morning papers at this rate.
That'll have to.
Other retirements we've had today, Keith Cronin, of course.
Yeah, that was
sad really early on the first stage. Was that
First
right?
stage, yeah. This morning.
And what was the news on Keith? Did they say
He's out.
He's out and gone.
There's mixed stories about what had happened. I spoke to Craig Breen at the end of stage 1 and I said, did you see Keith? And he says, I think he might have blocked the stage but got pushed off somewhere. There was marks up both sides, both banks, but the car was pushed off. He didn't see the car. Now, it could have been he's hit the car and it's done something mechanical, wheel off it, something like that there, but nobody seems to really know exactly what happened. But the main thing is the 2 guys are both out of the car and they're both, okay, there's no problem. So
we got a few pictures, didn't we, from viewers and from spectators who saw him working on the car at the front somewhere, but it was inconclusive. Didn't really give you any clues as to
Yeah, nobody
what
was
had
saying too much, you know. But when you look at those cars, there's so little at the front to protect them.
Yeah.
You know,
But most of that's plastic.
Yeah. You know, if you could knock that off, you could knock the radiator back into the engine or something. You just don't know.
So Tom Cave on his last lap. He'll be peeling off this time over the finish. Also on the stage we've Antonin Tusak in the Skoda Fabia R5. That will be the red one. Raul Jic is in the green car from Estonia. Again, the Skoda Fabia R5 is very competitive. You can see Tom over the finish line there.
How are the times stacking up? We should keep an eye on those, shouldn't we? Just to see. Yeah, Craig dropped a little bit of time in there, didn't he? 14. Am I looking at this? Yes. Alistair Fisher fastest.
When you look at the overall results there, Craig Breen has a lead of 25.1 seconds, and he got 24.1 of it on the long stage.
Craig is really slow there, isn't he?
He is. Now, whether he's done that intentionally, you know, just to take his time and say,
I don't
let's see
know.
what's
I
up
think
tomorrow.
what he might be doing is playing on the fact that both Alistair Fisher and Kaitan are looking at championships.
Yeah.
You know, certainly Kaitan wants to win the European Championship, and Alistair Fisher's focus this year is on the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship. So
And
maybe Craig, I doubt it. I think maybe something happened that we didn't see on the camera. It might have been a slight lock-up somewhere, or half spin. He had to reverse, but that time is a lot slower than the others. You wouldn't expect him to lose that amount of time.
So the fastest man in here so far, Alistair Fisher. Second fastest, KK. Kyton. Third fastest, Jaromir Tarabus, then Marty McCormack, then Craig Breen, and then Frederick Borlin. So we've had 2 rounds of 3. How many more have we got to go tonight? Word from Social Media Corner. What about it, Ryan? What have you got? Yeah, that's right. Just off camera. Yeah, so he's dropped about 10.5 to Kyton. That's not all that serious when you look at the grand scheme of things, but you know.
He's back to where he was 2 stages ago.
If you lose it by a second, or lose by 9.
Remember last year when Craig Breen and Keiko went into the last stage? It was very, very close.
Oh, that could be fun. Are we going to be in for that tomorrow? Can we have another one of those tomorrow?
It was fantastic.
Even
his son came out for it.
I just see a tweet there from the ERC Championship guys from Anthony Peacock of Frederick working on the car. A photograph of him at the end of the stage there. A tweet from Elvin, not where we hope to be spent in the afternoon, here at the Circuit of Ireland, auxiliary belt failure. And I'll have a quick peek at that photograph as well.
Whoa! Half a stall, half a spin. Bit of work to do. It's when you do that and the driver reacts to a little bit of a mistake, thinks he's thrown everything away and then overcooks it for the rest of the stage, driving like a maniac. You think to yourself, it's over, it's okay.
Calm down. You might as well talk to the wall.
So C Rally Yaroslav Koltan, followed up by his countryman, which is Wojciech.
Robert
Same Woodside.
place. Same place.
Robert Woods, that must be slippy there.
What might actually wonder is, has Frederick Olin maybe spilled something? He's knocked a drive shaft, maybe leaking a little bit of oil.
Could done. Because the way that wheel was sitting, it could have pulled something out of the back there for sure.
Maybe even a brake fluid pipe or something might have got snagged. Certainly liven it up a bit. Yeah.
Yes,
That
very
is
slippery there,
a
isn't it?
slippery corner. Maybe it looks like there's something has escaped from that caravan.
Maybe that won't be the only rear right that's going home at a funny angle tonight.
Joe McGonigal in the Maxwell car, he's had a bit of a blast today. I think he did lucky escape on the Glen stage. Were you at the end of that one, Ian?
Yeah, he said he had a couple of
He
lucky
said he
escapes.
had 3 biggies, I think, on that
3
one.
biggies, he said he can remember.
Yeah.
And he says 4 tires that are completely gone that I'll never want to see again.
Where's Joe from? What part of the country?
Donegal.
There's a great photograph that Elvin Evans has posted, which we'll maybe get up, Ryan, of where the car was parked up today. We definitely have to see that one. We'll not explain it. We'll get it up on the screen.
Has Elvin taken that himself?
Yeah,
that is very. I want a copy of that.
Yeah,
it's just one of those rally pictures, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is that car doing in that yard
with
that dog?
Colin McMaster would be very proud of
He
that.
would, I think so. I mean, you couldn't have posed that better, could you? Anyway, we need to get that up before we can start talking about it.
So if you look for Elvin Evans, Ryan, and we'll get that picture posted.
It's the peekaboo picture. Hello.
And also the one with Frederick Olin, and we'll pop that one up as well.
Oh,
a couple of things. Yeah.
There's that.
So nobody's got near Alice this time for the time being. We've had all the top runners, and Alice has just over 3 seconds in hand over KK and is still in third place. The Warren to 3 still the same. Breen, Kajatonovic, and Fisher.
Good time from.
I've had a whole day practicing that name, and I still cannot. I can't get my tongue around.
Which one?
You must be my brother, because I cannot say it no matter what. I've written down phonetically and everything. I'll get Kaitan's all right. Katanovic. I can say it, but see when I'm doing it on radio.
Such a show off, this guy. Now he's even got the pronunciations correct.
English teacher.
Okay, if we can go to social media.
Yeah, let's just leave the live action for a second.
Look at that.
Well, it's a bit longer than that, Mr. Producer. I think we might need more.
Isn't that the subtle marketing message?
We will show you that Elvin Evans picture before too long.
Yeah, he wants
We're
cards.
coming up to Slidey Corner.
Who have we got?
That's Johnny Greer going round now.
Johnny Greer from Cardiff, Kirsty Riddick in the Citroen DS3R5.
This is Slippy Corner, isn't it?
This is
Swatchik, Polish driver, very quick. Group N car, well, NR4 car now. ERC2, separate championship, leading by about 2.5 minutes at the end of stage 5.
Johnny's taking it very gingerly around that slippy bit there, isn't he?
Producer's just told us that he's going to come back to the picture of Elvin Evans when there's a quiet spot. Knowing this, there won't be a quiet spot now for
when these cars finish, we'll come back to it. There'll be a little bit of a gap before the next 3 start.
I'm told that the next time the pedestrians cross the stage, we'll put up the picture of Elvin and show you the peekaboo Fiesta shot. Slippy Corner coming up after this one. This is for check. No, that's the end for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Johnny Greer again.
Oh, well, that was the other end, the other extreme going around there. That was just a little bit too cautious, that one.
Yeah.
What is it they used to say? Turn, clutch, pull for a hairpin. You don't need to do any of that now, do you? You just pull.
When I was growing up with Mark II escorts, they used to say breaker, setter, thrower, planter.
Oh, very good. Sounds like a fly fisherman.
Breaker, setter, thrower, planter.
Is that David
David
Bowie? All
Bowie,
over for him?
Yeah.
You'll be glad the day's finished. Actually,
Yeah.
David Bowie probably wishes there was another 3 stages to come tonight because he now feels up for it. Right, here's Elvin Evans. Look at that. Check out the dog here in this barn. Is it a barnyard down here? The building is across the other side. The stranded Fiesta. You can only imagine how Elvin enjoyed himself waiting there.
I would say they have a nice little cup of tea up in the Antrim Glens.
With a cup of tea. There you are, boys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Top of the mobile screen it said no signal.
Maybe a wee Ulster fry for breakfast.
I've got a couple of stories about Donegal and a plate of scones and a cup of tea
Oh yeah.
that involve Graham Ellsworth. and me and Willie John Dolan. He'll tell you the story of that.
Okay. So, let's have a look at the times.
Alistair Fisher, untouchable.
Second, Kaitan Katanovic, 3 seconds behind on the stage. Oh, we've got the group in, our flyer. Watch it. Chihuahua is in 3rd place. That's a great time from him. So on stage now, who have we got? We definitely have David Bocca, I think. We have the second NR4 car, which is Giacomo Scatolone. Steve Rockland's gone, so the page will find Lucas Pianezek, which is the first of our junior drivers. It should be those 3. And there's Opal Adam. Going to be hard to see the numbers now, guys.
Alistair Fisher 3.1 seconds in the lead on this stage. He's looking good, isn't he? Fisher in 3rd place, and he's got 58 seconds between him and Martin McCormack tomorrow when they restart.
It's a big gap on the small stage like that, 3 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah. What is it, 2.5 kilometres long?
Oh,
2, 3.
David Bocca.
Oh, David, nobody's gone that far. That was a serious redress. Oh, it's catching.
Gaffalan.
You can, well, in an Evo, there's a load of weight in the back anyway, isn't there?
So, have we got a junior driver? We're looking for a local Adam or 2.
Oh, there we are, Trevor.
There's a
They should be really nicely behaved in that slippy corner, shouldn't they?
Flyers, 2-wheel drive, 180 horsepower, junior championship.
Stars of the future.
That's
how to do it. Almost.
Speaking to Anthony Peacock last night, we certainly will start against the championship.
There's 2
like
very close there.
Cups and rubbers now, isn't
Yeah, it is. That's. Because this thing.
Definitely close.
No, he's finishing 2. Yeah, that was very close when you think.
15 seconds left.
Yeah.
Of course, our little 2-wheel drive car is struggling to keep up.
Oh, he's having a go.
And he peel off left there as we go. To the right, as we see it from the side. Now then, this should be a good race. We have Nikolai Grausen in the Peugeot 208, who's lying 3rd in the junior championship. We have Marion Greibel, who is leading in the Opal Adam. And we should have Chris Ingram from Manchester in the sister car, Catherine Becker from the Opal Rally Junior team. So
All similar equipment.
all similar equipment. Let's see who comes out on top here. And again, if you look at the gap, there's only 5.5 seconds going into this. So this could be quite interesting, this one, the ERC Juniors. So starting off.
For a change, this is one of the stages they're going to have to take seriously because the gap's that small.
Yeah, this, you could easily, as we've seen, you can give away 10-15 seconds in a short stage. We have one car that gave away a lot more. One car in Frederick Olin who damaged the rear suspension, lost 50 seconds. So here we go. First one is Nikolai Grausen. That should be a Peugeot 208. Followed by Marion Greibel, who's leading the category. So this is second place. Next one will be the leader. And Chris Ingram's running in 4th position. He's up loud.
Bubbles, baby. So one Peugeot in front, Latvian been chased on by two.
Strong lights on.
So the top
What
half of
did
the
you say,
field,
like you went over the curb? What did you say about nice and tidy around there, John, on these two-wheel drive cars?
top half of the road order oversteer, he understeers through it.
And then it goes over the curb on the inside.
Going for big curves.
I don't know, there was a certain Fiesta earlier on. It wasn't built for many curves.
Small cars, big cars.
It's a three-wheel Fiesta.
The smallest cars.
It's probably doing up the dual carriageway on 3 wheels heading towards the King's Hall at the moment.
That's Chris Ingram.
It's a wiggly one.
Oh, there's a getting close to that curve.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. These times are going to be really tight.
Who's that doing it with no lights?
Oh,
Oh,
that
did he touch a barrel?
I think he bunched. I think he hit something there.
A bale? There's a bale move there, I think.
He definitely hit something. That was surprising.
Because it's dangerous if they hit one of those bales with the weights turned out. They damage the steering so
Very
easy.
much so. We've seen that Gary Murray Ladfield famously.
Yeah. It's going to be dangerous, very embarrassing. For
He's
all
catching
the
it,
people.
right? That's gross. Look at the time he's put on it.
Yeah.
Right behind him, right?
He must have done something. Yeah, he's done something. Because he's right on him there now.
That's a 15-second gap now to about half a second.
Oh, he's got a puncher. Puncher, left front puncher.
He's definitely. We saw it hit it. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Pull back and let it go by.
We saw it hit
So
it.
that's Chris going by, is it?
Yeah.
Chris Ingram.
The first car would have been Grivel, who was leading anyway, so he's extended his lead there. Chris Ingram is the last to finish. You can see the cars in front, and right at the end there, they've finished the stage, so I think Chris has lost a bit of time there as well. So let's see if we can refresh that one.
And Alistair Fisher is still the man to beat on this
Yes, in this class.
street stage.
I think the only one we're going to look for is when they come to the national runners, because there's one World Rally car there. And it'll be interesting to see if Derek McGarty could actually beat that time. I don't think he will.
Not in the dark.
Race
No.
limit.
But then again, it might have dried out a bit. Evened up, no?
Well, Ian, I'm looking at that picture thinking, is it raining more or has the rain stopped?
Very quick Irishmen.
Or is there more? You sometimes look at those pictures and you think, if the people have gone away because there's not as many people left, is it raining more?
Yeah.
And they've gone underneath, closer to the buildings to get shelter.
Because we were saying earlier that the TV camera lens doesn't often pick up the rain.
No. Unless it's really, really
Yeah.
very heavy.
3 more cars about to hit the tarmac.
Still haven't had the times in the juniors. Fresh shortly. Control.
Yeah, the top 5 here still reads Fisher, Katanovic, Chahowawa, or otherwise known as the Big W, Wojciech from Poland, Tarabus, McCormack, Cave, 6th fastest, Bogey, 7th fastest.
So we should have 3 more juniors.
8th fastest is the Opel Adam R2 from Poland, car number 28. I'll leave the pronunciation of that driver to you, Trevor. Lukas Plenojak.
Yeah.
In 8th, there's an R2 car in 8th.
Portuguese.
They're very light and nimble, so that's a tremendous drive all the same around here.
So the best R2 car, get this, as I'm reading these numbers, probably with people at home, the best R2 car has been the Opel Adam of the pole. He dropped 9 seconds to Fisher, but was faster than Craig Breen by 5. Go figure. Light and nimble.
Oh,
Oh! Was he the one that took... No, it was the person who took half the car back. But it seems that does suit those small, light, high-powered cars. And if they can get the grip down,
can change
because
direction
they
quicker.
can change direction quicker, with chicanes they're better at, although we were saying how good the R5 cars were, but they can just move about more, and they can brake later. But it just shows that because they're all so close, there's none of them taking this just as a bit of fun. They're taking this really serious. Oh,
and round it goes. Dominic Bros in the Fiesta R2, Czech driver, TMS Czech National Junior, so supported by his country federation. As you'll name it. Wow, and the juniors in that battle we saw with Greibel, with Ingram and Grosjean, we saw that he had a puncture, front left puncture. Grosjean in his Peugeot 208, he has dropped about 17.3 seconds. So the lead
over a
increases.
harmless 2.5 Ks.
Yeah, the lead was.
he was actually lucky to get away with dropping that a little.
Yeah, he's dropped
be
the
fair.
place as well. He's dropped the third, so the lead was 5.5 seconds. It's now been extended out to 19.3, and Grosjean is actually 22.8. So he was 5.5. He's now 22.8 behind the leader Marian Greibel.
Which will change their plan for tomorrow morning, won't it? Because there's
Yeah, he has to go for it. But he's only 3.5 behind second place there, so
Yeah,
it's going to be some battle tomorrow between those three guys.
yeah, good race.
some pedestrians are crossing the stage. Does that mean, Producer Pete, we can have another look at Elvin Evans' car for those who might be joining us now? Go on, put it up. You know, has Ryan got that picture again?
And also the Frederick Olin picture, Ryan, if you can find that, where he's working on the car.
So the two pictures we want to show you is where Elvin Evans ended up this morning after stage 3, wasn't it, where he melted his belt and where he parked up. And the second picture is Freddie Olin, the Swede, leader of the British Championship event here, working on his car at the end of this, after he had rearranged tyres, rearranged one of the wheels.
So,
Made life a little bit more interesting.
after this one, I think we will have 3 cars, and then we're into the rest of the R5 cars, the ones that aren't registered for the European Championship. That means we'll have Josh Moffat, Max Vatanen and Sam Moffat potentially on the same stage at the same time.
That would be very
That'll be
clever.
interesting.
That'll be a red mist.
Because
thing
that'll be
happening
the
there.
first stage Sam has had the new gearbox in.
New clutch, I think,
New
was the
clutch.
issue, so they changed the clutch in it.
Brotherly love on the streets of Newtownards.
It just doesn't happen with those 3. Rivalry. So who have we got on the start line? That looks like a Peugeot 208 to me.
Alistair Fisher still the man to beat with a time of 2 minutes 10 seconds. Kajt Katanovic 3.1 seconds slower than that, and then the big W, Wojciech, 2 minutes 13.8. So that's the 1, 2, 3. Poles in second, third, and fourth fastest times here, and the overall is still Breen, Katanovic, Fisher. That's the 1, 2, 3 overall after stage 6.
In the tarmac, in the Irish Tarmac Championship, the runners of the top 3 are Alistair Fisher leading from Johnny Greer, with Joe McGonigal in third. Great Britain juniors prior to this stage, so they've still to run through. We have Rob Duggan leading from Matthias Idelson, his teammate. The gap there 19.8 seconds. Then we have Blair Anderson Brown in the Fiesta, 6 minutes back from that. So quite a considerable gap. ERC2, Only the 2 cars in there. We have Wojciech in his Subaru, who's got a 3-minute lead on Giacomo Scottolan. As we wait for the stage to go live again, with people moving about to get a different perspective, a different view on it.
It's good actually to give them the opportunity to do that. Just shut things down so you can have another look around, because it's small enough to walk around.
You don't really want to fence people in because they'll want to get out, they want to move around, they don't want to stay in one place.
Especially, ours set that up as a family thing, and if you've got kids there and they want to get home and that, you can only keep them out so long, and if it's cold tonight maybe, the weather really hasn't been for them, although it's great to watch, but when you're standing out and it's raining on you and it's quite cold outside.
Mum, I want to go home now.
I think I used to say that. I've had enough.
How much longer?
Don't put me through that, please.
Right now, here we go.
Lights are on, Trevor.
A bit more from the ERC. Something rattled as he pulled away. I didn't like the sound of that.
There's a lot of wheel spin there, wasn't there?
What have we got? This could be Barkinil side box.
Very well done.
I'm telling you, you
Peugeot
definitely
208.
should have been an English teacher.
Followed by Renato Pitta. I did actually teach English in Japan.
No, why does that not surprise me?
I lived in
John and I are astounded.
He's got loads of little kids. It was
Right, that's us finished. Right, we're not pronouncing any more names. That's us finished.
I've got nothing left in my locker here, and he's done me there.
Do you want to come with me tomorrow, John? You can sit in the back of the Jeep, you can have a sleep, you don't have to go through this again.
I can tell you the story, but it would take too long. But literally, I used to teach 4 and 5-year-old kids, Japanese kids, English. Me coming from South Armagh, little kids running about Japan saying, "What about you? How you doing?"
Go ahead, big man.
Sticking out.
Sticking out and talking about.
He is.
It had to be Farkunnel Sagods.
What was that again?
Oh,
He's
right down.
being careful, that's why
He's got what?
Yeah. All the way from Hungary with seasonal Bocon in the co-driver's seat.
And I picked out some rain falling in his headlights. We were asking that question earlier on. What's the weather doing? Is it getting more slippery? And I think the answer lay in what you could see in his headlights.
Okay.
You can see it here a wee bit. It does look like it's raining more, doesn't it? You can see the puddles at the side of the road.
Yeah, just on the inside of that corner.
Yeah, it's raining there. The camera's picked it up there. I don't think we're going to see Fisher's time getting beat.
No, I think he's done. And what was he on the road, Alistair? Third.
Yeah.
R5, Fiesta.
Yes.
Yes, he was here. You're absolutely right. That's the way to do it.
Must be something she said Trevor dropped in. Yeah. It's very, very slow.
I think Frederick
See that rain?
Frederick Owen was the deposit something. He's almost Irish, isn't he? A name like that. It's got to be Freddie Olin.
Oh, Freddie.
Freddie Olin.
The 13-time World driver Mick O'Herveny from Finland was an honorary Irishman as well, wasn't he?
Our roving reporter has arrived in the studio. The one and only Seb Marshall has come to take over from us. You can't go like that, nobody can see you. So, you can walk in front. Sorry viewers. Seb Marshall has had a hard day and he's come back to join us. He's just literally saw the sandwiches that we had earlier.
Tuck into a luxury sauna before the Chinese food arrives.
Right guys, I think we need to have a sweepstake going on here. So we should have on the start line Josh Moffat, Max Batman and Sam Moffat. Out of those three, who's going to win? So we'll go to our roving reporter, Seb Marshall. Shout your answer.
Sam Moffat. He's
Sam.
just put the new gearbox in. He's got a point to prove. He said to me when I was speaking to him, I said, may the best brother win, and he said, well, that's going to be me then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fighting talk.
Sam Moffat, you go for it with his new clutch. Antisocial Ran,
I'm going to say Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Empty and the bride.
Our
I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to make a mess of this cheese sandwich while I eat it. But no, I'll say Sam.
editor Chris. Question was Sam Moffat,
Josh Moffat.
Josh Moffat, or Max Batman?
I would say Josh.
Josh, okay.
I'm going with you, Josh.
Josh, I'm on Josh as well. So here we go. Which one have we got up first?
So, by the sounds of things, none of us reckon Max Vatman's going to win it.
No, we have a Max.
We have one Max.
Antisocial Ran. So we have Josh Moffat in the stage, his first lap. Should be. No, that's Max.
Oh, he was close to the curve there.
Who was it, a Freddy?
A D-Max,
He was-
Max, maxed out nearly.
This isn't the only employer of Northern Ireland, is it?
No.
Aye.
This is live done, isn't it?
Yeah, these guys are on it. He was late there.
He's certainly
It's
going
half
to
a second. I think they're
style
losing their
points.
run.
That's a Moffat.
Yeah.
Just,
That's Sam.
just didn't want to. Sam's got this.
Sam's running third, you see, so it doesn't look as if he's catching him. I'm still confident with Josh.
Yeah, Josh is driving nice and neat and tidy.
This should be Max. Maybe there's only two.
Max been through Slippy Corner.
That's Josh.
Who's that? Who is backing Sam?
Wow.
We were, John.
It's not over yet. It's
No, it's not finished yet. They're not really finished
Up
then.
in that corner, fellas.
Oh, Sam's going to love that. He said I'll catch him. Wow. I tell you what.
It's going to be interesting to see if these times come
So,
up.
what we need to do is have a look and see what the gap was between the two. So Sam was 25, let's call it 25.4 seconds behind going in here.
I would say he's halved it anyway.
Judging on what we've seen, he's lost 3 or 4. There might be other things that we haven't seen where he's lost even more.
Well, anything. It'll be a great glimmer of hope, it'll be a motivation. And it certainly will upset Josh.
Fiesta. And
There we
Damien
go.
Cole.
So, we have the Battle of the Celts coming up. We'll have Stephen Wright and James Fulton in the Fiesta R5. Desi Henry disappeared today.
Because Henry's
Yes.
Yeah.
The 3-4-5 Fiestas.
next.
Ewan Thorburn, Paul Beaton, and we should have Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank as the next three. As Mr. Desborough refreshes the computer screen to try and claim the glory.
Seb and I want these Moffat times.
They're in. Josh, 2:21.4.
Exactly the same time as Raoul Jeets.
Yeah,
So that's Josh. Sam must be above him somewhere.
no, he's
Probably
not in
hasn't
yet.
registered.
Not in yet. 'Cause Josh was first to finish the stage. Sam is second quickest.
Oh,
There he is.
1.6 seconds behind Alistair Fisher, so
He's
What a
cut the
great
gap to him. He's cut the gap to
2:11.6 versus
2:21.
wow, he's almost taken 10 seconds. 9.4. What's that?
What a place to do it.
And we have a time for Max Batman, yeah?
I'll come in a second.
What,
Next one is 12th, 2:18.5. So overall,
Good work, Sam. So the gap between
between Josh, 6th overall, and Sam Moffat, 9th overall, is something that a clever person in me can tell.
Yeah. My sister says we're getting very excited over the Moffats. She loves us. Getting excited about the Moffats. No,
That's called getting a combi lift.
that's right. Okay, so let's work out where the gap is between the two of them. Frederick Olin, of course, slips down between the two of them as well. So Frederick Olin slotting in 7th as we are. There might be something changed as we go through it. If it dries up a little bit. I doubt it though. So Josh, 49.08. So it's going to be 1.8. Yeah, so it's going to be 10.7 seconds going into tomorrow.
Those two boys will really nail it tomorrow.
Okay, who have we got on the stage? We're neglecting it, so we should have
48.
So Damien
should
Cole.
have Stephen Wright. Oh, that's Damien Cole.
Is it
Damien
Damien
Cole
Cole?
and Paul Morris. That's a Fiesta Super 2000 car, so not the R5. So normally aspirated, high revving compared to the 600 turbo R5 cars. Spinsy. That's Rhys Yates and Tom Woodburn. That is an R5.
Seb, what do you say? Earlier or later into the stage? Which is the better one? Before the lights came up. Before the lights went up, before the sun went down.
You've got to say before, really. That half light's actually versatile to be driving through when it's neither dark nor light, and the lamp on the bonnet has no real effect. So, if you can get it in pure daylight, it's got to be better. That said, has the stage been drying out? Obviously, you've been seeing it evolve.
It's been doing a bit of everything. I mean, it looks as if it's not raining here, but only 5 minutes ago, just before you came in, it was raining heavily.
Right.
You pick it out in the lights, which the camera doesn't find. So, to be honest, I don't know what it's doing. I think it's raining and then it's not raining. So, it's probably the grip is probably as fickle as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But we think Frederick Orlin, when he took his wheel out, may have dumped a bit of fluid somewhere. And what we've now called slippy corner, which is where everybody seems to be having a ball.
It's befitting.
We have Alex Laffey, Andrew Roughhead in the Fiesta R5 on the line. After that, we've got Thomas Davis and Nura Davis in another Fiesta R5. Behind that, Jamie Anderson, Ross Whittock. I think Ross is Dave Whittock's son. Dave Whittock, team manager of Beasant for many years, and also a team manager when we were competing in the Production Cup in 2003.
We need another heat with a couple of brothers in it. That's what they did for us, didn't it?
Yeah.
That got us going. Any more brothers further down this road order?
Could be waiting a while. Nice little battle coming up in the next heat, though, is it, with the Vauxhall Motorsport duos?
That's
Bit of
worked out quite nicely, though.
brand honour at stake there.
Badge engineering, I was going to say. I didn't mean that.
Oh,
Hello, is somebody else having a bit of fun? Is that Alex?
That's Laffey.
Yeah.
Is that slippy corner?
Yes, that's
That's the car.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay.
That in a bales tape. Is it being knocked in or is it down horizontally? That would just let it come out. I didn't want to go round. That was Thomas Davis, not wanting to go round.
It's been a long day.
They ain't over yet.
And we have the National Rally. We have Mark II escorts to go round Slippy Corner, backwards, sideways.
They arrive and it backwards.
I can't remember which driver it was now, but the one in the National Rally who appeared at my stop line with wet tyres on the front and slicks on the rear of his Mark II Escort. It's a brave man, but I swear he had the biggest grin and perhaps the shakiest hand of any of the drivers.
Yes, and he punched his door, yeah?
Yes, I think that was the
I'll tell you, it was like, let's go back to the screen here.
I would quite like to see him take on the Newtownards today.
Him and his adrenaline was causing his hands to shake.
I think that was William Carey and Jimmy Greer.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, number 129, the Nationals. He definitely had a big adrenaline rush by the time he got to you. It took us ages to come up with that name, Slippy Corner. Don't you go changing it on social rant?
I don't know. These social media people
Yep.
get hold of something and they just claim it for themselves, change it all around.
Have you got Olin's pictures, please? Will we get those up?
Authenticity gets ruined.
Our Irish adoptee, Freddie Olin.
Very good.
Trevor's been adapting a lot of names from around the world to suit the Irish vernacular. What was your latest one?
The most famous one was Mick O'Hervenan, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
Yeah.
the phone. And who have you got now?
We've got Freddie Olin.
Freddie Olin.
Freddie Olin,
Freddie
yeah.
Olin. Honorary Irish.
One of the original ones was Alan O'Reilly. Those people who remember Renault and the Megane. Good story about that was this year, Chris Meek, when he was heading to his pre-event test for Monte Carlo, I think he flew into French airport, maybe Marseille, and he got picked up by a taxi to take him to the hotel. It turns out the taxi driver was Alan O'Reilly.
What are the chances of that?
What are the chances of that? Yep.
Moustache as well.
We're not talking about stashes again.
We had a moustache man this morning when you were in the stages. And we were spotting one or two who had herbaceous borders and accentuated noses. We were comparing them with Ryan in terms of
Let's see, our ERC2 leader,
yes,
Wojtek,
the big W.
Trevor on right on cue.
Yeah, oh yes.
He is cultivating some great facial hair.
Did you see his time on the stage?
In this particular stage, no.
Yeah, his time was, other screen trim, it was 4th fastest.
Impressive.
Very impressive.
Very impressive, because those cars are big and heavy, and an R4 car around the stage like this, trying to get between the bales. Here we got on stage.
He had a big swing, I should
This is Matthias Eidelson. So we have the Battle of the British Juniors here, even though some of them are from Sweden.
Both driving the Vauxhall Motorsport Opel and
That's William Critton
Yeah.
and Liam Regan.
Big overshoot on Slippy Corner.
Peugeot 208, local lad, William. You know a bit about William, don't you?
His father's doing the rally too.
I thought his father was co-driving at one point. So.
It was at one point, but Liam Regan's been with him all year.
Okay.
And I think this is only his second or third time out in that car. And he was actually studying for his A-levels this week. Because they interviewed him on BBC and he said he couldn't actually do all the recce because he had to study for his A-levels.
Well, he's won virtually everything he's done. He started a junior championship at 14.
Yeah, he just seems to just get into the car, no problem.
But he's got his priorities right. Never mind the A-levels, he's doing the rally this weekend.
That's right, absolutely.
I actually missed one of my final university exams so I could do the Jim Clark rally back in 2009. My tutors weren't too impressed. But I got a podium, so I think it was the best decision I made all of my university career.
Did you get your degree?
I did, I still got a 2-1, so I was a happy boy.
Very good.
Really?
We missed a paper and get a 2-1.
If you had stuck at it, you might have been living the dream, and you might have been presenting the sport on Sky News or something like that.
Or I could have been surveying.
You don't need a 2-1 to do
It's
that.
wasted, you know. flag a bit there, Mr. Desborough.
Listen, I was flagging at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
You're not used to these long hours, are
I'm
you?
not used to there being 4 events in one championship. We were just saying that the last guy on this stage is going to be dropping off the morning papers at this rate.
So
This
we
is certainly
didn't
not
pay
my
much
fault.
attention to that race because
Don't blame me, don't look at me.
we're trying to keep Mr. Desborough awake.
I'm getting on.
Any photos? Let's go to social media corner.
That is that's Elvin. That's where Elvin parked the car.
That is a good place
Yeah.
to be.
Look at the dog. Look at the setting. That is fantastic. A
If you-
fantastic picture.
And then we're moving on to Frederick Olin. Look at that.
Oh yes.
And I've got another one. Just on a
Getting that suspension link in.
So I think you can get back to service, no worries.
And that dropped him.
The 7th. He's 7th.
Dropped him a lot of time in here.
It's 50 seconds. It was
Was it
over
50
50
seconds?
seconds, yeah.
So Marty McCormack will be going to sleep a happy man this evening with a
Yeah.
big lead now in VRC.
Freddie's a minute and 18 down on Craig Green now, so pressure off from that point of view. And 10, what are we working on? That's 20 seconds down on Marty McCormack. So that'll make Martin's morning a lot more pleasant tomorrow. Unless Freddie just fancies it and goes for it.
So is this Patrick O'Brien?
Looks like him.
Yeah. Junior Irish forestry champion, is he?
Yeah.
Stephen O'Brien. Is that her brother co-drives him in, do you know?
I think it's either brother or cousin.
Okay.
It's from the same family, there's no doubt.
Same family, yeah. Matt Edwards, we know, has disappeared. And Lundus might be on stage, so Rhiannon tells Nino. Hey!
Oh!
60.
Take some of the
That
Freddie's.
is Patrick O'Brien. Don't mess with the furniture. Jim Connolly. Look like Martin Funk.
I think that is James Slaughter.
Certainly is.
Yes.
Yeah, certainly is.
Yeah, so he's flagging that up. Trying to get back to
So I'm getting slagged off all the way from my hometown in Kent.
No.
People, yeah.
What do they possibly say?
So, and the record they didn't understand it, and I know what I'm talking about. Tim said, what a brilliant event, so he's excited about the rally to have in Ireland here. Neil from Dundalk, yeah, he's endorsed that. He thinks we know what we're talking about, John. So,
Secret of slabbering.
slabbering. Three odd slabbers.
No matter what you do, whatever you say it with feeling.
With conviction.
Well, if we don't know what we're talking about, then
But it's Friday night at 9
Yes.
o'clock. I don't know why they're sat at home watching this and not down the pub. Probably been down the
Probably,
pub.
but then-
That's why we fooled them.
Oh, it's like a squeeze.
I should be down the Saxon Arms with Andy Wilson tonight. That's where I should be.
What's your
In
typical?
Gossip Corner, drinking pints of Palmer's Dorset Gold, and Andy will want a pint of Newcastle Brown. Although he's getting very partial to cider at the moment. So we're missing out on valuable drinking time, John. I was getting abuse from Andy. You're doing what? You should be in the pub with me.
What about a pint of porter maybe when you finish? Do you think we've reserved that?
Trying to pack stuff. When will this finish? Will the pub be get out into the streets and all this tumbleweed man on the corner?
Probably, you'll be able to get the Sunday papers.
Right, we're in for the long haul here. So, where have we got to? This could be Gus Kearney. Has Gus been past us yet?
Barrier on the start line.
Gus be good to see, and Thomas Hayes in the Evo 9.
Or is it?
He started his rally at 10 o'clock this morning, so he'll be glad to get his bed as well.
Back in the days of the old circuit, you never went to bed. No such thing.
Oh, we're getting some views in through the houses.
Steady on, you can't do that.
See the
There are
ducks,
rules about things like that.
So that looks like a fabulous 2000 on the line.
Yes.
Yeah, no stage end reporter tonight on this stage because Seb couldn't be bothered.
He'd had a hard day. You did very well.
I was too busy traipsing around service.
I salute you. Your tour around service was very good. You got to talk to all the major players.
And,
got all
and
the
some
good
not
lines.
so major ones.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, Martin Wilkinson, you got to talk to.
Well,
and
Robert Barrable, I was thinking.
and
I was
just
getting
let's name and shame then. Name and shame some of the people who were slagging you off,
some of the people that were heckling me.
heckling you. Yeah.
Well,
Barrable one.
Barrable was one,
Yeah.
Loudon was another, but obviously I managed to capture them and actually get them back, so that was fine. Neil Weaver, an old mechanic of mine, and one of Tom Garn's mechanics. In fairness, I must actually go and apologise to Tom, because he did point me in exactly the right direction to
But you
find
didn't doubt him to his face, did you?
Oh, not to his face, no.
No.
Only to you guys.
Yeah. Well, we agreed.
He just mumbled into his microphone.
Yeah.
What is it? It's getting darker out there, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll go for crossover point now.
So how many hours is it now until the Nationals come on?
What we need to
want a bit
do.
of. Come on, Mark 2.
What we need to do as a finale, we need to, hopefully producer Pete is listening, we need to really put a bit of sparkle.
Producer Pete's been up for 36 hours. If you think I'm flagging.
Producer Pete.
What you're looking for is one of those montages to do at the end with all the best bits.
No, we have a grand finale that we're going to special visitors, but also, apart from the special visitor, we want to go for the night lighting for social media corner.
Tell me. Oh, and there was, I think it was the delivery man from the Chinese restaurant.
Somebody said it was a special. A special visitor. 2 special visitors, in fact. And we're wonderful. Come in, Mr. Bobby Willis. Nobody can see you.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, the camera now.
Come on, keep walking. Come this way. Come round behind us here. What we need you to do is start pointing out sponsors here. Come in a bit closer.
Camera's too low.
In a bit closer. And let's see. Who's this man here?
Yeah.
Look at that. It's you.
Is it? I know. Is it me?
So what sort of a day have you had, Bobby?
It's wonderful. What am I doing?
You're telling us about your day.
It's been fantastic.
There's your microphone.
Just
down
throwing
there,
me
Bobby.
in here, right?
Yeah, of course.
What was the best bit?
You're no stranger to having a chat with people, are you?
I tell you what the best bit was, seriously. Hearing all the reports about this, getting all the text messages. Unbelievable.
He's saying that.
Did you bring that bottle of Bushmills back with you?
No, I didn't.
No.
It's in the post though, John.
It's in the post.
Absolutely. This is great.
Dear me. I don't know what to say.
What's up?
It's good.
Yeah?
We've just, we want to show you Slippy Corner, Bobby. We think this is the corner on this Newtownards stage where Freddie Orlin, did you see him?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah, he knocked a wheel off.
Yeah. Did he get out?
Well, he's gone backwards in the British Championship. He got out, he's worked on the car, but we wonder if he's dumped something on this right-hand hairpin. Because everybody, is it rainy out there? Is the weather getting worse?
No, it's dry. It's just damp on the ground. It's fine.
Because we've seen the camera's having difficulty picking out the rain, which it always does. But it looks as if it's coming and going. It's
dry. It's good day. It's slippery, yeah. But you imagine there's buses and traffic on this road all the time. So
Craig Green dropping 14 seconds in there.
I watched him doing that. Yeah. He was lucky.
Did you tell him to do that? Did you say,
Just to make it
Craig, we liven
a
it
bit
up
more
for us.
interesting. Yeah. We don't need that much of a gap.
Were you up at ours at the stage, Bobby?
Yes, it was. Yes, we've been there for a couple of hours, just seeing how it works.
Big crowds?
Good crowds, yes, good crowds, especially when it's as wet as it is now, and damp and cold. But yeah, very good crowds, well-behaved crowds. I mean, it's fantastic to see them all doing what the marshals want them to do, and standing back, and yeah, it's great, absolutely.
And it's nice to let them cross the stage, just rest the stage, or let people cross. cross.
Yep.
For no other reason than it allows us to show a picture of Elvin Evans parked up somewhere in Northern Ireland. We have
Still
no
don't
idea
know.
where.
We'll show
With the dog at the time. Have you seen the picture?
No.
We'll show you the picture. You're gonna love it.
I've been working all day. Yeah.
We've just
Count the numbers.
Oh dear.
we've just been mucking about, Bobby.
Yeah, well, that's what I hear. And not very professionally either.
Professionally just means you get paid for it.
That's sort of right.
Oh, we're going to chase on. Now we've got cat and mouse going on here. Seven's correct. I never got those correct.
That was 61, Martin Gallo, that was chasing down, was it Joe Connolly, I think? In that?
Joe Connolly, yeah. The Red Mills car.
Red Mills, indeed.
You would have competed against his dad, Billy Connolly, in your day, like me.
We did,
Yeah.
many years ago.
Long
yes,
time ago
yes.
in Irish national rallies,
That's
international
right.
rallies, yeah.
Absolutely.
Bobby, what's your memories of competing in this rally? Because you go back to, I'm even thinking of the junior days with Alan Johnson, you were competing in this rally.
Yes, the first time I competed with Alan was in '83. I think, I'm just trying to work out, 73 was the first time I did the circuit.
Really? That's year Jack, 73?
Yeah.
Jack Tordoff won it in the course, is that right?
I'm sure you're right.
He's
And I would
such a
know
show-off.
I would know these things, yeah? Yeah. And you've been spotting up.
Well, Bobby was a teacher. We've discovered that he was a teacher.
I didn't know that either.
Teaching English in Japan. They all
Oh, hello, we've got another one.
right.
This is
Same
getting
thing.
wild.
This is great. Absolutely great. There's a lot of spectators out on this corner too.
Yeah.
It's a good spot.
It's great. No, it's super. You can see the stage anywhere you are in the place, and it's really working. It's really working well. I was actually in with lads in North Down Council earlier on, and they are just so happy about this stage.
But they're huge fans of the rally as
They're
well.
fantastic,
Your,
yeah.
your press conference or
Absolutely, yes.
First Minister
No,
along
that-
to that one.
Absolutely, and a bit of an image from the Deputy First Minister.
That's
too,
right,
so
yeah.
it's
He sent
great,
a, he sent a goodwill message.
Yeah, he's very keen on this. So, yes, it's a great success. And are we on the national rallies yet? Have we? Have they come?
Oh, we've got all
Well,
that
have to come yet.
Yes,
Building
good,
up to
good,
that.
good.
We're saving that till last.
Yeah.
We're getting the last guy around to drop off the papers for tomorrow morning. It's
That's
going
fine.
very long.
Yes, the milkman in the background. Yeah, he's clinking the old bottles. It's great.
No, this is the picture we want
Ryan?
to see, Bobby.
Ryan,
That is Elvin Evans
parked
parked
up today on Glendon.
I was going to say that's Glendon, is it?
It is, yeah.
Apparently,
What a picture.
towards the end of Tor Head, as I spoke to his service crew who were waiting to go and rescue him, and he made it certainly beyond the end of the Glendon stage.
Oh, have you? Okay.
And that's Fred the dog.
Fred the dog.
He's a very famous dog.
Very famous dog. Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, that dog will have an agent, a Twitter page.
Ryan will be following him.
He might even have a seat in here.
And it's,
Now, there's an idea.
and a set of D-Mac paws. Wow, this is grand. So this is a Group N car, obviously, and where have you moved to? Is it Stanley Valentine?
No, I think we're still further up. This is
Further up?
Patrick O'Brien, perhaps?
Oh, that's not Stanley.
No.
Stanley's a white car.
Peter O'Kane,
Number. I didn't even see that. 60.
73, is it? Hard to pick them out.
And how's Social Media Corner? I've been hearing all about that too.
Yeah, we've been doing well. Rand's done a fantastic job for us today.
For a while, we thought it might be anti-social media corner, but
We've had loads of tweets from around the world. Dale
Have we?
Muscat's been watching in Sydney.
Really?
Yeah, Molly Taylor's been tweeting from Sydney as well.
Has she really?
Oh,
Fantastic.
get round.
yeah, that's Patrick Kearney, I think. We've had we set to try and find the biggest fix or the best fix in a rally car.
Really?
Yeah. I started that off with the Wartburg Night fix, my first rally car, 75.
Wartburg Night.
Wartburg Night, you remember them, don't you?
Funny enough, I do. Yes, indeed. And the ladders?
Ladders,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Jim Hooks, I think, finished 18th overall in this rally in a Wartburg Night.
I remember them very well.
Yeah.
They had that funny noise.
That's
didn't
right.
They were great.
They were two-cylinder cars.
They were, yeah.
Sorry, two-stroke, three-cylinder cars. So that was my fix.
Yeah.
So we've had a few more. Is that Stanley?
I'm just looking at the front of the car. You'll know if it is.
Yes. It's just
Stan is a lovely, lovely guy.
yeah, he's great. Supports us rally all the time.
All the time. All the time.
Not as highly modified as some of the cars we've seen here tonight. Much more the showroom specification.
Oh no.
It's a bit
Oh,
really
yeah.
spun the last time, so
That's
that's
a 3-point. I can take that corner like that.
Very much a rally
well, he
car.
gets 3 goals out of it, so one spin, one reverse. I think he's had one good one. I think that's it. You can burn it one side and go faster.
You can see all the flashes. I mean, there's a tremendous crowd here still at this time of night.
And it looks drier, I think. The rain looks as if it's gone away, which would be really
Over the finish line.
That's him.
That's
Stanley.
Stanley. Yeah.
That's him. But it's been pretty miserable for the marshals out there all day today in the rain.
Oh, you
really.
see them, Bobby. It's great. And the reporters as well. They've had a hard time, haven't they?
I'm sure. Yes.
No, the marshals, especially
Yeah.
the ones that you forget about as well, the ones who stand at the end of the road, they don't even stand on the stage to
Absolutely.
stop traffic. You know,
Absolutely.
and those are the people who keep this going. Many volunteers have you got, Bobby?
Well, there's a good 600 people in the 600 points marked, and normally what I do is I'll go back from here now to the service park, and we're going to see what's happening on the service park, check that all out. Everybody gets closed down, and then I go up to Newtownards at about 2 o'clock in the morning because they're still working.
Yes.
These guys usually finish about 4 by the time they get the roads clear,
Yeah.
because the road has to be completely operable the next day, and they work like mad. And these guys probably have lost all of last night setting this up,
Yeah.
and they work all day today and work through the night. So it's nice to get out and see them and just say thank you.
Yeah, and they
it's
would
very
appreciate
important.
you doing that.
Yeah, they
it's
do.
a great,
No,
great gesture.
You've got to do it. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a big team, and that's
Huge
what I
team,
say.
you know, but
it's-
everybody's got the passion for the rally.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
we had a conversation about 3 weeks ago just to how important this rally is to you. We were joking about the accents and people would question, well, your accent doesn't mean you're from here. So why are you so passionate about the circuit rally?
Well, oh goodness me, I suppose I've grown up with it in the last 9 years. So, I mean, this is 8 years I've been working with this rally. It's growing, and I think you've got to be sure to be putting something back into life. And I suppose in a way I'm a believer that you and myself have taken a lot out of rallying. I've earned quite a lot of money. I've spent it all now.
Just had to put that bit in at the end, just as we go.
No, but I mean, it's nice to put something back, and we've all had a great, I've travelled like you, Trevor, around the countries, and I think 50-something countries I've been to in rallying, and, I'm very, very lucky. So it's super to have this chance, and actually it's great to put something back.
And it's a buzz of being able to do it in our wee country as we took.
It is, yeah.
That's a big thing for you as well.
I mean, I've been asked, 20 times about World Championship today and that sort of thing.
Well, let's just clear that up then.
No, we don't need to go there. No, but the one thing it is that there are so many people believe it could be possible to go to that level. And, we're punching above our weight here. We're a tiny little country with 1.8 million people. And people are talking about World Championship. It's amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, so there you are.
That's the buzz.
That's the buzz.
That's why we do it, Bobby.
That's great.
Oh, here we go.
He hasn't got the buzz, has he?
He's got round.
He's got round, and that is our last competitor.
gonna
I
say,
think.
that's
That
Nabila, is it?
Nabila
Yeah.
Ted.
Lovely
How do you
girls. Lovely
pronounce
pair
it?
of girls. They were great.
How do you pronounce your surname? Nabila.
I just know Nabila.
Tepar, I would reckon it is, and Emma Morrison. Fiesta R2. So we'll probably have a little bit of a gap after this. And then we're set for our national competitors. And
Yes,
that's when
the
we'll get-
escorts.
We'll get Mr. Beasant back
Lots
in
of
here.
slides. Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
We have our resident national rally expert.
Absolutely.
He's having his break at the minute, getting
Oh,
his
better.
brain charged, getting
Yeah.
all his notes out, research.
Talking about breaks, how's your brain going? You've been doing quite well today.
No matter how bad we feel we are, the guys upstairs didn't go to sleep
No,
last
I
night.
heard. Yeah.
Incredible. There's
Yeah.
a sleeping bag up there.
Yeah.
And they were going to unroll it and have a snooze today, and they didn't even do that.
Really?
And it's just incredible. I've said 2 or 3 different times today.
Oh,
no,
Not the last car.
now. You can't rearrange
Where's
the bales
that?
now. Bobby, you better get out there and reorganise this.
Yeah, I think we need to do something.
Have you just given the commentators
Oh,
There
curse
she
there?
goes.
Where are we?
Oh, what a shame.
Chicane before
Yeah.
Slippy Corner, is it not?
Next one, slipping corner.
Yeah, it's just down here on the left.
And this is the hairpin now. So that's the back of the town hall.
Got a wobbly looking lamp up there.
Oh no, that's expensive.
That's slow down.
Oh,
Pick it up. Oh.
Oh, I feel for it. Oh.
That's going to cause further damage, that is.
There we go. Who's that?
I think that is.
It's an Italian.
Or is it? 1779.
That's the villa.
Villa, yeah.
No,
No,
70.
so 78.
Oh, she's got the remains of a lamp post.
She's got the housing, just not the lights.
She's brought it with her.
Look, that's just a souvenir for somebody. Someone's going to run out and pick that up and tell a million stories about it at school on Monday morning.
It's still there.
Just minus the lights.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Pain is over.
Fantastic. Oh.
As long as you don't get out in the control area every time, take it out. It's the last thing we want to do.
Light pod? What
Yeah,
light pod?
that's it.
We had a light pod?
Don't need it tomorrow anyway. So jettison that way.
Finished
There you
with.
go.
Finished with.
That's a
it.
Subaru on the start line.
That should be Mr. McGarty.
But he's in a Fiesta WRC.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Very curious to see what time
Well done,
he says
Seb.
it.
Someone's still sharp, Bobby.
Who's that then, Seb?
You obviously were awake.
Who's that then, Seb?
That's a very good question, Trevor.
It'll be Zero Car.
Could well be. Oh, in fact, yes, it will be the
Yeah.
lovely, the sweeper car, the fantastic Subaru Legacy, perhaps.
Oh, the Legacy,
Yes.
yeah, the Rothmans
Yes.
car. Rothmans coloured car, branded car. Okay,
That's
let's...
Robert. Robert's been doing a lot of training with the marshals and things. He's put a huge amount in. I think they put it up on our website now. They've been making videos and things like this. He's done a fantastic job in the training end of things too.
What's Robert's surname, Bobby? We'll
Hart.
give him full credit. Robert Hart, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's done a great job.
Okay. So let's recap then. Stage 6, Newtownards TT, 2.3 kilometres we had, 3 laps of it. First in the stage was Alistair Fisher, 2:10. Second, Sam Moffat at 2:11.6. Third, Kajtanovic. Next we have Wojciech Chuaha,
Well done,
police
Trevor.
driver, Jaromir
W.
Tarabus. Then another Group N car shows you both those NR4 cars in the top 6. Joe McGonigal in 7th, Martin McCormick 8th, Stephen Wright 9th, and Johnny Greer 10th. So overall, Craig Breen leads overnight, 25 seconds ahead of Kaitan. Third, we have Alistair Fisher, who's 2.5 behind him. Marty McCormick, 30 seconds down on Fisher. Jaromir Tarabus in 5th, and that's only 7.2 seconds. A good race there tomorrow as well. Josh Moffat back up to 6th because Frederick Olin has dropped behind him, having knocked the rear corner of the car and dropping over 50 seconds. David Bogey in 8th, Sam Moffat in 9th, and Johnny Greer in 10th. The one thing we didn't check was the Great Britain Juniors. In the stage, it was Matthias Idelson who beat Rob Duggan, only 2.9 seconds in that. So overnight, Rob Duggan leads by 16.9 seconds. ERC Juniors, Marian Greibel leads. He got 19 seconds on Lucas Pieniges. Nikolai Greisen, having picked up a front left puncture, having ran wide, is in 3rd. Chris Ingram 4th in the ERC Juniors.
This is like ballet.
And that's it. We look at that beautiful Subaru Legacy, driven by Robert Hart. As Bobby said, he's done a lot of training for the rally. It's great for the crowds around Ards to see a car like that in action.
Will be first of the national
Still up. Not sure. A little bit of an overshoot. Gone back to check the bail, has he? have a look at that. Yeah, we'll get rid of that flailing bale. I think that's what he's doing.
Legend in Subaru's Derek McGarvey.
It's okay.
WRC Fiesta.
So, what we'll have is the National Rally running in a second, headed by Derek McGarvey and Barry McNulty in their Fiesta World Rally car. They're ahead of Wesley Patterson, Johnny Bird, Wesley in the Mark II Escort. That's a sterling run by Wesley. He's only 3 seconds behind Derek McGarvey over the long stage of the Glens, over 31 kilometres, an astounding time by him. Third in the National Rally is Declan McNaughton. Then Ollie Mellors and Ian Winters in the Proton Sakura. That's a Super 2000 car. It sounds absolutely fantastic. With I think it's a Millington engine in that, isn't it? So it really is great. Alistair Cochrane in 5th. Rodney White and Hughes in their Sunbeam in 6th. Clive Kilpatrick, another Market Hill man, and Jay Colville. They're in their Evo 9 Lancer. Camillus Bradley and Crawford Henderson. We heard a report earlier that Camillus had an engine problem. As McGarvey spins.
Not like him.
Not like him.
Slippy corner though, Trevor.
So, Slippy Corner is claimed another victim. It's time to beat. What do we reckon, guys? Wes Patterson in the Ultimate Mark II.
The 6-figure Mark II.
6-figure Mark II.
Is that
6-speed,
Patterson's
6-figure.
not related to the Pattersons?
No, he's not. Wesley and I went to see a motor club many, many years ago. And he started an electrical company, he's built it up, and now he's got a collection of Mark II Escorts, and probably 6 figures. So much to Helena's wife's probably chagrin, but there we go.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Derek McGarrett's time. Ian, was it you that was saying you were curious to see?
Yeah, I was just to see.
To Alistair.
Yeah, because Alistair's 210.3 or something.
Yeah, we've got Declan McNaughton on the stage as well.
Derek's not going to beat
It'll be interesting though.
him. He's getting a lot of grip. Still.
Wrong places.
Yeah.
Yeah. 210 is the time to beat.
What do you suspect Derek's going to do here then? We're saying it's going to be close or
I think
no
we're
cigar?
about 215.
Oh, that's Wesley a puncture.
No, I think he's just going to call out and Slippy. That you see the he's just enjoying himself.
It's just an escort.
Just think when the people at the Ford Motor Company invented that car, they realised what they'd done.
Incredible, isn't it? And you can buy a brand new shell now for about £7,000.
Yeah.
Manufactured in Ireland.
It was interesting to hear as well, wasn't it, Harry Batten at the forum on Wednesday night discussing, there was a question asked of him, what is it that makes the Mark II so special? And Harry had to pause for a while and he said, well, sideways. And this was pretty much his only answer to it.
Sideways.
Oh.
It's the noise of the engine, revving, whatever it is, 11,000, something like that. It is a banshee wail, isn't it? And it's the fishtailing. What are the things that they've taken out of cars these days? I don't want to be a Luddite, I don't want to be accused of being old-fashioned. A little bit more fishtailing, a little bit more revving, might be a good thing. Mr.
Just waiting
Seasler.
on the times to refresh here.
So Camillus Bradley, car number 106, revs up on the
That
line.
wasn't where Ollie Mellors was quickest in Glendon. That was good.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Derek's time yet?
No, it
Not
hasn't
yet,
come up
not
yet.
for this one. But Ian was just noticing that Ollie Mellors went fastest in stage 5.
And I say Glendon because that's the stage Derek test on. That's his test stage. And all the years he's on Subarus, I have sat with him up there in Glendon and used that bit of road. I'm sure he's been over it hundreds of times.
I'm just wondering, maybe there's a tyre because they're running a little bit apart in the running order. Maybe there's a tyre choice that went wrong.
Could have been.
No, not taking anything away from Ollie, is it?
Yeah, that's a good sign.
But we both know how well Derek McCarty knows that piece of road. So. But in saying that, Wesley was only 3 seconds behind him for the long one. So
a super time too, isn't it?
That's incredible. So, right, who have we on the stage? Let's have a peek.
Bright orange colours. On his way down.
Keith White must have disappeared, huh? He was in front of Rodney today. Two brothers.
So
Keith's an electrician and Rodney's a
Frank
builder.
Kelly. Frank Kelly disappeared. So that's Camillus Bradley we saw there. I think Declan.
No, that one should be on the stage now, Alistair Cochran.
Yeah.
Alistair the farmer from Bushmills.
As all these drivers will be on the first lap, it's the second lap. You will really see them explode.
That's William Terry, isn't it?
Rain again, you see that?
Yeah. That's the nice thing.
The noise of those cars through the streets must be fantastic. That's Alistair Cochran and
Yeah.
him kid.
They'd be loving.
What's it like to drive a car off the rear wheels? Hey?
Steer from the rear, is that what they say? Steer with your foot. Camillus is nearly get caught out of the slippy corner too.
But the three after that.
Oh, they've changed that. Camillus is marked. Who's
Not
that?
these three, but the three after this.
Kissing Bales, losing time.
Match.
Slowing down and going backwards. That's all it is. And all before our famous corner.
I think he's trying to further it down. Is the front row, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, big quartz. That's 15
Yeah.
seconds dropped.
Car 109 is Alistair Cochran.
It's Alistair Cochran. It's not Alan Carmichael catching him. It's Alan Carmichael's in an R5 Skoda. They're both finished now, aren't
That little cat and mouse game is over. Now, did the second car through there have a bit of damage?
they? Yeah. Yeah, the spotlight knocked off the front, I know. And I think the bonnet was pushed back a bit.
Yeah. And do those things ever go back into exactly the same places?
The three completely varied
That's what
cars still
you
to
only
come.
inch.
You know what I mean? That's why they get wider, the stage gets quicker.
Alan Carmichael and all these aggressive Skodas that we've seen earlier on tonight.
So they're having a break now while they're letting them across the road, are they?
Spectator break?
Yeah.
Ollie Mellors.
Ah, this is on it.
The Proton Sub-Zero.
Right, so this is heat 4 if you like. It'll be followed by
That's,
Davey
that's not Ollie Millers. No, because that's the Skoda R5, that's Alan Carmichael. And that's an ex-UHA Hanlon car that actually won here. When it was a round of the Intercontinental Rally Championship, RC. Remember he had a big battle with Andreas Mikkelsen. And then Mikkelsen went overshot a junction in the Lisburn Town stage, and that settled it.
How long ago was that? Was that?
But it was nip and tuck, it was 1.8, 1.6 between them, you know, and then either way it sort of stayed that way, and then Mikkelsen went into the straw bales, your favourite place.
Oh dear. That's happened again, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Alan Carmichael. And it's his first time out in that car. It's a big job. He bought that car to hire out. And if this goes well, Alan's going to use it the rest of the Northern Ireland Championship. I don't think he's driven left-hand drive before. I think this is his first time driving a left-hand drive car.
It's a bit straw in it.
Isn't it? I was just going to say that.
Okay. The straw come out the bales there.
Big brush.
A light kiss. It's not £20 notes, is it? From Trevor's talking about that bank. It was Northern Bank £20 notes.
Few minutes. So if you have family, make your way to one of the crossing points. Just take full advantage as we will.
Crossing point, how does that sound?
Quite quickly.
And then we'll get to see Ollie Mallett from David Armstrong and Rodney White. There in the next 3 hours, the rain keeps falling.
Davy Armstrong's in the Melton Park. Rodney White's in the Sunday with a Vauxhall engine. 2 16 valve Vauxhall engine.
Very nice.
280, 290 horsepower.
That'll be the spectator break. The other cameras will catch that little pathway that they put across the stage. Look at that rain.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it's raining heavy
Isn't
now.
that incredible? Haven't seen that. And yet that camera picks it up. That's coming down straight and heavy. That's kind of a bit of an implication for tomorrow, isn't it? Because that'll hang about.
Yeah. Well, they say it's going to go down to, what, -1 tonight? And wintry showers they're talking about.
What does that mean?
In the motoring as we open the crossings. For any families who
It's
want
going to be
get
cold,
across from one side
but there
of
might be a
this
touch of ice or a bit of frost. But then again,
fantastic stage
They're
here.
hedging their bets with that, aren't they? Wintry showers.
and then they're saying, on the other hand, you could start off with a nice bright wintry morning.
They're really hedging their bets when they say that.
You know, and that could actually be worse because if the roads are dry, but you get onto the trees and you get a bit of black ice or something, you know, it could be a real mess tomorrow morning. Or it could be a
Something
gorgeous
to whet
morning.
your appetite.
I'm hoping on the latter.
Sensation on the YouTube. You get time to look this up there. It's young Ollie
So we should be
Manners.
on Ollie Mellors, Davy Armstrong and Rodney White.
Yep, those should be the next 3.
Proton Satira car. We haven't seen an awful
Is that Ollie there?
It is.
westward direction. Even as a standstill, it's an awesome piece of kit.
An awesome piece of kit. Do you think he's talking about the Proton there, or is he
Maybe somebody else is walking in front of him.
got another one in mind?
Proton Satira just never looked so.
Oh, it's a Proton.
As a
He's impressed. He's impressed with the Proton.
Satchel.
There's a lot.
Spectators cross.
Yeah. The spectator, the Davy Armstrong's Mark II is that far advanced it has a paddle shift gear change.
G3 Escort.
No, come on.
Yeah,
Ian,
I saw
cannot
it.
believe
I
what
saw
you've
it.
just said.
Yeah,
A Mark II with a paddle shift.
and the steering column comes right out nearly in front of him, really close to his chest, up and down, up the right hand side, down on the left hand side.
No.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it when I saw it last year at one of the rallies, and I just thought,
That's the ultimate upgrade, isn't it?
it is everything.
Does he have an armchair in there as well?
It looks like an armchair.
So if you reach for your programs, car order will be 111. Ollie Manners.
That car I'm going to have to see.
There's a lot of cool looking people out there, isn't there?
So I wonder if they're heading home.
They maybe just moved somewhere else.
It's just finding somewhere else to watch from.
Fastest engines.
I think Ollie Miller's actually got the Proton engine in it because it doesn't seem to have the whole
Final
button for
stage
the
of
air
a
vent.
long
Where the
day.
Millington's ones need to have that.
Circuit of Ireland.
And Miller's Elliott ran the Protons. So it could be an original.
Some tremendous stages
You
tomorrow.
mean there isn't a paddle shift on that one?
Get out into
there's
the
a paddle
countryside
system.
system.
Just the engines maybe.
Open country rallying. You fancy something just close to hand? Next Saturday up.
Right. Did we find out if McGarty is quicker?
No, we haven't found out yet.
Let's refresh
We
it.
wait for the
Through
school
by
teacher
now.
coming back.
So, how much faster was McGarry?
He was a lot. Oh dear, John, go away. No, don't. We were wrong completely.
Dark and much wetter.
13 seconds back.
13.2 seconds slower than
We'll
Alistair.
not even worry about the points.
Have I missed something when I've been on my break then?
I think our computer. I don't know if the computer's working.
It's the computer's done.
Yeah.
Computer says no. Computer says wrong thing. So, what's been happening?
Well, we're waiting on Ollie Mellors, we think, and Ollie Mellors, David Armstrong, and Rodney White.
Okay, of course, the star attraction further down has got to be Steve Perez and Paul Spooner. The National Stars.
You can hear that thing between the walls is going to be absolutely fantastic.
So who have we got on there? That's
Ollie
Ollie
Mellors,
Mellors. Yeah.
Well, we were thinking that hasn't got a Millington engine because if you notice on the bonnet, there's no air scoop for it.
Okay.
I think that because his father Mellors Elliott ran the original Protons,
I see.
and I think it's kept as an original Proton.
He did have a Millington engine in one, whether it was this car or
Yeah,
not.
there's a few of them about with Millington engines in them, but I don't. We'll hear in a minute. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. That's too close.
Chris Millers is over at the rally. I saw him at the BRC hospitality area on Wednesday. He's a quick guy, Ollie.
He seems to be quick no matter what he gets into, doesn't he? He just has it.
He definitely. It's raining quite hard, though, isn't it?
It is. That's what John and I were saying earlier on. The camera's really caught
Well,
it. It's a lot wetter now.
Yeah, and that would have slowed McGardy as well.
It's not in the Mark II, it's in the G3 if that is David
That's
Armstrong.
Paul Killen and Linda Kennedy, I think. Just checking there. Could be out of order right about.
Yeah.
What number is it? Ollie is one. That's all. I think the second car is
That's Davy Armstrong
Davy
there.
Armstrong
Yeah.
with Mark McGardy.
That's the car with the pedal to. That's Paul Killen. That's the really old car, isn't it?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Finton hasn't been through yet, has he? Davy. Slippy corner to another victim. Cozy bar.
Must pay well.
What better place would you want to be on a wet Friday night? Cozy bar, cozy fire.
Cozy bar, cozy fire, and a cozy pint in front of you. Oh, we have a problem here for Paul Killen.
Oh, Stolzies.
Stalls are stopped.
Oh, he's tipped the curb as well, Millers. You just want to get through it.
Paul Killen's
Paul
not going
Killen
any further by the
has
looks of
stopped.
things.
That looks like full failure, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
I think it's not going to be in the way of that car.
No.
The noise of that's fantastic, isn't it?
The paddle shift on it, as I was telling John, it's unbelievable. Inside, it's like a WRC car. I think that's another six-figure Mark II Escort.
Where's Davey from, do you know?
He's from Newry.
Newry, yeah.
Yeah. He's always, if you remember doing Newry and Mourne and those stages down there, the Armstrongs was Davy Armstrong, and I can't remember his name.
Oh, is it Davy Armstrong? I know. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Norman
And
Armstrong's brother.
Norman Armstrong, and they were always unbeatable nearly down there.
Brilliant.
They were very quick wherever they went.
Of course they were.
But
Yeah, Norman.
down there,
Norman
you
was really
just-
quick.
You just forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, many's a battle I had with Norman. That's poor Paul Killen.
Looks like total electrical failures or
Yeah.
something, doesn't it?
Can't get any more doors and bonnets and boots open there. Definitely going at it. This could be a delay here to get this sorted or towed. How would you feel?
Not happy.
Where's he from, Paul? Do you know?
Downpatrick.
Downpatrick, okay.
Yeah. He did have a Mark II Escort, and I think he's only recently changed that car.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like they're calling it
yeah.
a day.
They've got a phone signal anyway.
It's a challenge as well when you're a big crowd of people in a small area.
It lives to fight another day. Car number
So the challenge the organisers
113.
here, because what do they do? Do they stop it for a minute or two to try and get everything moved, or although the car's not in a dangerous position,
Very specialised.
The conditions here,
tarmac cars.
you might take a view,
yeah.
but they'll move it. I'm sure they've got the necessary breakdown truck at the start, and it's not a long way around to get it.
Fast sweeping roads that we have.
So what other stories did you come up with today, Ian, when you were out on the stages?
It was quite an amazing day because I really enjoyed it. And I didn't think it would. When I got this morning, looked at the weather, I thought this was going to be one of those days. Every time you get out of the car, you're going to get wet. But all the competitors and everybody you talked to were so full of life and enjoying themselves so much. It sort of lifted you, if you know. Yeah. And I thought, when the date had changed from Good Friday just to normal Friday, especially this being the first Friday after Good Friday when people are back to work, there wouldn't be many people about.
Yeah.
Now, there wasn't on the roads, but anybody I talked to had been on stage said, good crowd, there definitely was a good crowd there, there's a lot of people about and standing in safe places. But everybody I talked to thought it was absolutely fantastic. And that was probably the biggest story today. I was really surprised. Because you get up in the morning and you know yourself, it's grey, it's wet, it's cold, you think, where did I put my hand up for this type of thing?
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it today, and the end of stage remarks were tremendous. The end of the long stage, people just couldn't believe it. Craig and people like that, you never seen them. And those guys have been around the world, they've rallied on the best stages in the world, they've seen the best stages, and he was just blown away.
Yeah.
This was just unbelievable.
And there's a big contrast then when you move from stage 3 until after the service, after the regroup, into stage 4, where it was the complete opposite end of the spectrum, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was standing at the end of stage 4, and it was bucketing down on shiny tarmac. And they were saying, "Oh, it's slippy, it's dangerous, but it's good."
Yeah.
They were saying, "We're enjoying this," which was hard to believe, to be truthful. Excuse me.
So tomorrow then the stages, of course we've got Hamilton's Folly, which is the second one now.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah.
To be truthful, I haven't looked, because the way I do it is, where have I got to be in the morning? Right, I'll need to file something before 9 o'clock, and then get something for 10 o'clock, and then I go from there, because in rallying you never know if it's going to run on time. Usually it does. But if you're held up, it could just upset the whole thing.
So it's all about the radio schedule that you have to look out for.
I have to look out for
You
that
do have a report every hour in the hour, for Q radio. Yeah, so it's not too early a start. The first car's away from Park Fermi at the King's Hall at 8 o'clock. That's into service, so straight into service, out of service at 8:15, and then the drive down to Buck's Head.
Action is fight already commenced here.
Downpatrick first, yeah. So a few dignitaries down there, and we'll be there with a camera as well, just to have a quick chat to the crews first thing before they head to the first stage. Just outside Downpatrick, only about a mile and a half or 2 miles outside Downpatrick, Buck's Head. Short one compared to the ones that we were looking at today. So 14.24 kilometres, then into Hamilton's Folly, especially with the big jump.
It's legendary, isn't it? Everybody goes there and wants to see there and wants to see pictures from there.
Yeah, and the jump is something that we'll be focusing on. We've got a drone up in Hamilton's Folly tomorrow, 2 drones up in the middle of the stage. Found a nice little spot that we can do. The drones work really well today. And then we're into Bullsbrook, 12.19 before the refuel and the regroup from Banbridge. Then this last stage of the rally last year, virtually unchanged. Come back into the Banbridge stage, which starts just outside the town and runs down towards
Comes out towards the dual carriageway.
Dual carriageway to Drumore Road, yeah. And that's your 4 stages. Back into the King's Hall here, service, and back out and we do 4 stages again. And the last stage, certainly for the international rally, is that Banbridge stage. It starts at just before 4:45, 4:42. We have cars.
I think that's Rodney White on the stage now.
Rodney
Sunbeam.
White.
And that's got a 2-litre Vauxhall engine.
Evan Hughes in the Sunbeam. Maybe we have the Northern Ireland sponsor for McGrady next in his Mark II Escort. So Rodney White and Evan Hughes in their Sunbeam.
Yeah, that's fitting behind him.
Yeah, super. I think they had a fairly big accident recently. So.
We did this rally last year, and I remember talking to him after it, and he said to me, I have no explanation, I just think it was brain fade.
Yeah.
He says he heard the note, he heard everything, and he doesn't really know. Car didn't give up, he doesn't really know what.
Another man is giving a lot to this rally. The sponsorship of the Northern Ireland Championship.
I don't know
How many years is that? I wonder.
I have no idea.
Fantastic.
It's a long time. And a great supporter of the Northern Ireland Championship.
Yeah. And do we have Oren Donald?
Yeah, Oren was waiting, hoping to start because he was on reserve list for a long time.
Really, yeah.
But we're missing Keith White, Rodney's brother, who was actually leading Rodney by, I think, a couple of seconds. So that would have been a big battle. And Mark won with the Millington engine.
Is that the Keith White that we would have competed
Yes.
against? Really?
Yep.
How many years?
The electrician.
Yeah. And that's Crumlin direction.
Yeah, and Rodney and Keith live on the same road. They're 200 yards apart.
Takes me
Very
back.
seldom see each other.
I think that takes me back to this rally in 1994 when the Northern Ireland Championship was it was Easter stages, wasn't it?
Yep.
So we would have been competing against Keith and Robin Phillips and
Something to go. I think we'll be happy to see down Patrick tomorrow because that's where the business is.
Haven't seen Oren yet.
No sign of the stuff. Paul Tillman's running badly out of.
Yeah.
Oh, there's talk of the devil. There's car getting moved. He's driving.
He's got it going. Oh. Don't let it stop you. No lights on, no?
Yeah. Has he got it going just to move it off the stage or what? Yes, he has. Oh, Rodney's just finished it.
There will be 2 cars.
They're running down the road. He's enjoying himself.
Next we have the Group N battle. We should have Simon Woodside. He's still running Steve Giants.
Oh, lights are on Paul Killen's car again. He run out of fuel. And something went on. Oh, it's died again. Oh, don't try and get it through.
He's trying to get to the end so they can push him out. Yeah, he's safe in there, I think.
Yeah.
He maybe knows
what
what
it is.
The leads come off again.
Is he carrying a hammer?
Remember that? Remember
Used
you used
to
to
get
have to get
hit
a tire lever, hit the solenoid,
hit the solenoid
fire
to make
up
it.
again. Yeah,
And it was always the co-driver had to get out and do it.
exactly right. There it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's something stupid like
It's the
that.
old story. Hammer doesn't cost much, but the knowledge is what you pay for. We're relieved now.
Now, he lost more than 20
So,
seconds.
is this Simon Woodside or is it Clive
Patrick
Kilpatrick to me? Yeah. Market Hill man with Jay Colville beside him in his Eagle 9. Not sure how he's doing today. I think he was up into 7th prior to this. Let's just see.
Is he leading Group N?
Just to check back, and we'll look at the classes. Be class 4.
I think Alistair Cochran hit something in here last
Simon Woodside is there, yeah. Quite a big connection to the Woodsides. Robert, his cousin.
Yep, Robert's a cousin.
Robert the cousin is doing the.
And Simon Woodside, his father is called Robert. And Robert's the son of late Ian.
That's right.
So it all gets mixed up.
Big connection with the Circuit of Ireland.
Oh, yes, because Ian, Robert's father, actually won the Circuit of Ireland years ago.
He did, yeah. And that would have been in a Porsche, would it?
Sure, I'm actually not sure what it was in, but I know he did win it. But it was always Robert's dream. That's why Robert always gets ready about the certain time to get something organised to do it. His father passed away a couple of years ago. But Simon has changed from track racing, hill climbing, and sprinting, and now come rallying after. When we used to do sprints and go and watch and say, why you not do rallying? I wouldn't do that, that's the right rubbish that there.
And Suzanne is his sister as well.
Suzanne, yeah, she's more or less, she does the odd sprint now still, but she doesn't do it as much as she did. Simon rallied before this in a left-hand drive BMW M3.
Wow. With the original rear-wheel drive shape?
Yep, the original one. It wasn't a pro-drive built car, it was a French built car.
That would have sounded fantastic.
That was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I don't think he ever sold it. I think he kept it. And I think it got to the point that he was more worried to take it out and damage it because it was such a nice car, if you know what I mean.
Sure, yeah.
The thing about Simon and Alan, Harryman, Robert, and that, they're all very much doing an awful lot of these lane rallies that have taken off now.
Yeah.
They're big into that. They all own Mazda MX-5s, and they're out nearly every other weekend doing that. And that's more of an interest to them than rallying now, nearly.
They get huge entries for those as well, don't they?
And the father, Robert Woodside Senior,
Uh-huh.
he still competes in the Mark II Escort those.
Really fantastic.
But they get massive. They get 100-car entries on a regular.
It's affordable.
It's cheap, and it's a great day's crack. And you can drive the car there and drive it home. And
Yeah, I think they're quite sensible about, controlling themselves. It's a bit of a self-regulation thing.
Yeah.
With you guys, it's silly stuff that potentially happen.
as long as it's got a fire extinguisher, they don't go mad about anything. Everybody takes it more as a day's fun. Still want to win, of course, but there's a lot of camaraderie involved with it too. This is one of the Mitsubishis at the moment now, isn't it? It's Mark II Escort, one of the Mitsubishis.
Yeah, so we have Ross Marshall there and Dave Robson in the Mark II. Do you know Ross?
I don't know.
Mitsubishi's probably Donnie McDonald, might be Jimmy Jukes, but I think somebody texted me earlier to say Jimmy's gone.
I was talking to Simon Slade last night that helps run that team, and they reckon they hopefully want to get homologation within the next couple of months. They get closer to it.
Which one?
The Mitsubishi Mirage, the
Oh yes,
M5,
yeah.
and then they can run it in the British Championship in the international section.
Sure, yeah. It's quite small for an R5 car, isn't it?
Seems to be.
Body-wise, but certainly Ocean Price was kind of hard.
I watched it on TV and thought, listening to John saying how good it was.
Yeah. And of course, if Mitsubishi can come out with an R5 car, there's no reason why Subaru can't. And I'm sure that'll be a mission by Miss Molly Taylor.
Yeah.
She's decided to here do with Subaru in Australia.
Yeah, I would say that's what she's there for, to be truthful. Like Hyundai are doing a big push at the moment on it.
So Christian Cochran and Conor Lavery there. Just some shot. Fishtailing away.
Yeah. It looks very slippy up that main street, doesn't it?
Yeah. Slippy Corner hasn't claimed many
I was
victories.
just actually thinking that,
Yeah.
because I was actually thinking before that the Mark IIs will be all over the place.
Words
Slippy
got
Corner.
out. Words got out.
Somebody's
Everybody's
gonna
watching
say,
the live
"Watch,
stream.
watch." I want to go back to the days where you used to have to
Yeah.
sign the thing 1 kilometre in.
I
watch
know what's
for oil.
happened. I know what's
sign.
happened. They're all sat in the queue with their smartphones out watching the stage. At least that's what I'd be doing if I was in the co-driver's seat.
So those guys all talking about Slippy Corner, and then somebody said, texting somebody, where is Slippy Corner? Which one is Slippy Corner?
Yeah, they're all bloody slippy.
Is that left-hander? Is it the right-hander? Then, of course, the mind games will come into play. It's the second one. No, it's the third one. No, it's the fourth one. You know, if that would have happened, there'd be cars everywhere, but carnage is. Are they running these at different intervals? Because they seem.
No, I think what's happening is they're maybe having longer gaps to let people out of the stage.
Right.
But they're certainly 15-second intervals. Some of them are maybe even running 2 cars as opposed to 3.
Thoroughbred cars now.
It looks like a Sunbeam. I think it's John Devlin and John McCarthy.
It's red, it is.
Yeah.
What sort of disciplines they do, what would attract you,
Let's say across the
what would
windscreen
fall
or
within your
Talbot.
budget.
Yeah.
I think I remember you sitting on the Talbot Sam at one years gone
You
by.
can either talk about
Yeah,
it,
Robin Phillips used to go very fast. Robin Lyons as well,
Yeah.
incredible hopping.
That's right, Hobby used to fly.
Those guys were very, very
So it's
quick.
another of
I
the
sat with
Sunbeams.
Alan Spears.
On the line
Yeah.
is John Devlin.
He
He was a great driver too.
Market Hill, again, a huge fan of the circuit. And we
Yeah.
one you would have missed.
No, if you didn't see Alan all year, you saw him on the circuit.
Exactly right. Yeah. Top guy. Another Market Hill man as well.
It's very, very big down there, but isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
It's
like-
like it's a another very strong area for rallying
Yeah.
too. You know, it's
Well,
Market
you
Hill,
think-
that area.
Yeah.
But then the road suit it, and the area suits
course.
it, and you've got forest down there, and you know,
Biggest density of roads in Europe apparently in South Armagh.
yeah. And night navigation's still very big down
They're still big, are they?
there. Yeah. It's about the only place in Northern Ireland that night navigation really has kept going.
Yeah. I did the first night navigation in South Armagh. In what car, John Desborough?
Oh, for goodness sake.
What was it? Do you remember?
Is this your Wartburg story?
Yeah.
Is this the 3-cylinder,
Two-stroke?
two-stroke Wartburg?
Yay! Well done, you did this.
Did you carry a bottle of 2-stroke between your legs then? Have to get out and put it in?
No, we tipped it in at the before we started. That was a bit of a surprise.
Then the petrol hole.
Well, we didn't make it that far. we pulled up to John Allen's service station in Armagh, the jet station, and came out with a bottle of Castrol TT. Billy Gates did. And
Other oils are available.
At competitive prices.
Yeah. So I have another Mark II. Which one is this?
I don't know, I didn't catch the number
I
on it.
wonder how many there are.
I was too confused about hearing out of Wartburg.
That threw you.
90 something? I don't know. Because they're coming all differently here. We've got
Yeah. I think some of them are coming around twice, you know. They're going back and having another go.
that's Devlin. 1, 2, 4. That one
Yeah,
is.
that's John Devlin and
John
John McCarthy. We saw him off the line. So he was the first of the 3 cars this time. I don't see anybody else behind
It's
him.
in the R5, the Mitsubishi.
There's a Mark II there, we know there's a Mark Mark II escort somewhere. But with a 15-second gap,
170.
that's Niall Braniff and Jordan Murphy. These are probably guys that were on the reserve list, aren't they?
Yeah.
John Gordon and Thomas Wedlock. No, is that Mervyn Wedlock?
This brother.
Brother, they both in one direction.
And they have been the Wedlock family have rallied for us.
Yeah,
can remember.
Associated with the Armstrongs, of
Yeah,
course.
that's right.
That was a big connection. Once it's in the
And
blood.
always Mark II escorts.
So, make your mind up, Tag.
My old mate Brian Crawford,
Ryan is
they went
gone.
off this morning, I think, didn't it? I think it was in
Track
stage
is
3.
just as Gracie.
I heard a report that Gary Rogers and Brian Crawford in the Evo 6 they slid off somewhere.
Yeah, they seem to be running and then holding them here.
Now then, we're getting close to the fun cars. Who's this Richard Hall then?
I don't know if I can get this far. I haven't seen him for donkeys. He's got this Sierra Cosworth and he's running about looking bits here, there and everywhere for it.
So those are good times when you rallied with Richard then.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
We talked
because
about the Sunbeam in
the
1986.
Sunbeam was good. And then he went on to other things. I went on to other things.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I came back and done the circuit again with Ken Graham in about 88 or 90.
Ken was quick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Or a quick
Well,
one.
and Richard was our top competitor in a 205 GTI,
Yeah.
and we beat him. And got top all straight through and everything. So it was- oh, he could drive. He's got an escort now too, but he doesn't take it out that much.
Ken
But,
Graham.
yeah, he's built a Mark II escort, a real nice car too. The Bushwhacker every year. You know, it's the same as Oma, you know.
Yeah,
They're
him and,
all-
him and Robbie McGurk.
well, McGurk has now given up. He said he's too old. He's just got to the point where he's too old.
I know.
Yeah, but if you go down to the Bushwhacker, the first person you see is Big Robbie.
Yeah, exactly.
Bobby McGurk spent Christmas in Sydney.
He did.
He did.
He worked on the car of a certain Willie John Doe.
He did indeed.
He did. And when he was over there, he was visiting his daughter. He was getting married, and she said there are any weekends that you definitely can't do. And he said, yeah, Easter, because the circus always on Easter. I can't do Good Friday. Okay, I rearranged it, so she rearranged her wedding for today. So I would say at this point, Mr. McGurk will be standing.
Looking and
Yeah, well, he'd be on the rally. He wouldn't be. He definitely won't be on the rally. He'd be thinking about the rally, but I don't think he was going to be running anybody anyway. So I imagine he'd be on a second class or anything. I did meet up with him at the book launch. Were you at the
no, I was away that weekend.
So we better explain what that was. It was Kieran McInall, long-time sponsor of Bertie Fisher. His brother, Fergus McInall, put together a book.
It's a brilliant book, apparently. I haven't seen it yet.
Fantastic book.
I've ordered one, but I haven't got it.
Yeah. A fantastic book which they launched it in the Armagh City Hotel. There was about 680 people. What a fantastic book. With Billy Coleman there, you had legends, left, right and centre. And I went with Mr. John McLean, sat on his table with Mr. Ryan McLean sat beside me. And then with James Leckie, with Richard Smith, with Mark Crowe. So, yeah, and you couldn't literally move 10 feet without seeing somebody you hadn't seen in a long time, including Willie John Dolan and Margaret and Peter. They were all there. And this book, a fantastic book, lots of really good pictures. It took years for Fergus McInall to research it.
He's a website really retro.
So, yeah,
He does
and,
tremendous stuff.
All the proceeds, a lot of people bought the book on the night. It's a lovely table book as well. Highly recommend it. It is it's something that you're going to have to do. So Mr. Alan Bolton is back on here, just correcting me. Brian Crawford retired with a blown engine. So slipping off the road versus a blown engine, I don't know what would be better in that one. So
Same result.
Same result, still going to hurt.
No matter what way, it's going to hurt your pocket.
Definitely going to hurt. And he is saying he likes the reminisce, and I think he'd like to be joining us with maybe a glass or something. Dean Harrington was on. He says the great Roger Clark was famous for his quote, "Until you're looking through the back window, you're still in control."
Very good.
Yeah. And Roger, of course, I remember seeing him on this rally in 1977, I think it was, with Jim Porter alongside him. Did he win? He won the rally, won the RSC in 76, 72 and 76, I think. So, yeah.
I worked for Jim Porter when I was running Mark Lovell. I did gravel notes for him.
Really?
Yeah, 1 year.
I did.
Nice man.
I did gravel notes with Robin Phillips, we were talking about earlier on, for a Mr. Colin McRae 1 year on the Ulster Rally. And there were 2 occasions when we had to change a left to a right or the other way around.
Ah.
So that time it was a 2-pass recce. I said to Derek Ringer at the time, yeah, whatever.
Was that the year they actually went to a junction? And because I was at the end of the stage, and they came to the junction, Colin said to me, "No, it's the last 3 miles." And Ringer just sat and laughed. The fastest by about 20 seconds.
Yeah, they blitzed it, and it was a clutch or transmission problem that put them out.
Or do you remember the year he came across, and he did the Ulster Rally, and he told us all to go to the roundabout in Lurgan. And I arrived at the roundabout in Subaru. And Dave Richards never was crossing. It was the legacy years. And of course, Colin was leading the rally.
Craigavon stage, wasn't it? Up at the roundabouts.
Up at the roundabout.
At the Ulster bus depot.
He warned us all. Yeah. Go to the roundabout. Go to the roundabout. So of course, us idiots all went up the roundabout. This thing appeared on the rev limiter, and then started to break. Smoke coming off every tire, every single shape. That's all right. Sideways the whole way around the roundabout. Second time around, exactly the same thing. Caught a back wheel.
Yep, I remember it well.
Saturday morning, I'm going up the motorway, and it was the Ulster started at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up the motorway, there's McRae. Up the motorway, started to limp, and I pulled in beside him, so I broke the back diff. And that was him out. And he told us all, and I said, he was saying, "Ricky, man, never mind the radio. Listen, go see this. And we went on. Everybody went and seen it, the new Colin. Put on a super show, but yeah, I don't think Dave Richards was too happy with it at the time.
But even way back in 1988, when we were talking about it, it was at the Nova that year.
We let him tires.
Yeah.
Because remember they changed the wheels, 1600 wheels and 1400 wheels where it was. They used to be 5.5 or 6, and then they changed the dreams before FA came in 5.5. He came across no tires, no wheels. But Ken at Graham, I'd done it with him, and he had caught on, he bought new wheels and tires. So we actually lent him the tires, we couldn't lend him the wheels because they wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
But he only got about 4 stages, and then I think a tire came off the rim and went off the road, unfortunately. Yeah. But the year 86, we did the very first circuit, Dickie Rollman, Rich Rollman.
This is Johnny Morrow, yeah? Johnny Morrow, Simon Morrow, and their
did they get going?
86.
Because they weren't going to go at one time.
And it looks like them?
Yeah, Lions be on the front of the car.
It is, yeah.
And he was running 2 or 3 cars in front of us. And the Sunbeam, I mean, it was a real shed of a car. Very nice to get the steering. Unbelievable. It's been a long day for those guys too, hasn't it?
Very long day. Yeah, they would have left this morning about 10 o'clock, just after 10 o'clock. And 5. The start time
Absolutely
for
awesome.
Johnny Morrow was 10:53.
Right at 10:15 now.
And by the time he gets back and drops the car off,
They've been on the road for 12 hours.
12 hours. Slippy corner.
Next up, number 131, one of the young up-and-coming men. It's
I want to see the story.
There he is with Stephen McCauley alongside him.
129.
That's
That's
William Carey. William Carey.
Drew
Yeah.
should be coming up.
It was William Carey today. If you look at the driver's door of this car, it'll be slightly dented, but he might have got pushed out in service. He had a big moment on the Glen stage today when Seb interviewed him. Let's say he wouldn't have held a pint very steadily. I think he scared himself. There's a lot of adrenaline flowing through his body at that point.
But enjoyed it too because
Loved
he's from that area.
Oh, I loved it, you know. And that's the thing, when you go out on your home stage, the most dangerous ones.
They are.
Yeah. Jimmy Graham alongside him, I would say, I would have enjoyed the trip too.
Yeah.
This has modern cars on the course at the moment. Maybe you can do a sort of mental
Last time, he nailed it that time.
batch of cars. Coming up next. Four-wheel drive.
Nice, through and finished.
Subaru.
It's a Subaru.
Lee Hastings, I think, and Julie McGuire.
And that's a two-door Group A car.
As Drew finishes. So that means that the next car on stage is going to be one of the stars of the show. Steve Perez, Paul Spooner, in the glorious sounding Lancia Stratus around the streets of Newtownards. 3-litre V6
Worth going to Newtownards
diesel
just to
engine.
see.
Just this on its own, the Amiga Lancia Stratus will warm your heart on a cold night like this. Echoing through.
And he has done some work to get that car
Yeah,
sorted.
well, I think he manufactures his own parts
He
for
has.
it. It's just
In your
a
program,
real
moving
big
to the
fan.
historic
No,
section, one of the
I'm not supposed to
fastest
show.
That's Wiley.
in Irish
That's
historic
why I
running.
think-
It's the
yeah.
up-and-coming
It
Drew
wasn't Wiley the last
Wiley.
time. I got them in wrong.
That was William Carey the last time.
William Carey, of
That's-
course, we'll
yeah.
talk about. This is Wiley. So we'll have Wiley, we'll have Perez, and we'll have Dickie Hall. If they're all still running, we don't have any updates on the results. So.
Two-door Volvo and that weather.
So Drew Wiley and Stephen McCauley. Stephen McCauley.
Two young and up-and-coming drivers.
Exactly. They would be mighty fun in that car. They couldn't stop grinning when Seb interviewed them at the end of Glen.
Oh, that would be
The
normal.
Glens. Yeah, they were having mighty crack, as you'd imagine. How many corners have they been around together? If you add those up, we're talking about, I would say you're into about 95 years.
You're giving them the benefit of the doubt of that.
Yeah, top looks. Steve McCauley still competing at world level. He's been doing the Junior World Championship in the last couple of years. Not sure if they've got the budget to do it this year, but absolutely loves it.
He was doing it right up to the end of last year, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, yeah. Saying earlier, I interviewed him in Finland for WRC Live, and he ended up telling me a joke. One hour.
That was Stephen. Drew Wiley and I did the RAC and we're going to start. See how so we got out of the car, couldn't get Drew, couldn't get Frenham anywhere. Eventually got Drew coming down, everybody else lined up. We woof up the ramp from the hotel, never stopped, got the time card and the guy, 2 seconds to spare, away we went.
Wow.
Drew never even batted an eye.
We have Ian Miller, who's running a little further up when he should, with Ronan O'Neill. In a
maybe
Ford Escort RS 1800, so that is a proper name for a car.
Let's hope we haven't lost the Stratus.
I think this one's, listen to that.
That's a BDA.
That is a proper sound car.
Yeah. He's not taking any chances around slippery corner, are we?
down through the woods.
The noise of those cars is probably what hooked us all up.
Yeah.
Imagine the first time standing in the forest and you hear a BBA in the distance. And the hairs in the back of your neck start to go up. And that's the addiction zone.
Either that or a Carrera.
Yeah.
Frank Cunningham.
As you say, that or a Carrera were the two that's. Somebody said they were the ones that got you hooked. It cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
911, you know, if you think back to, well, when I first went to rallies like this in 74, 75, Brian Nelson, Desi McCartney back
In a
then.
Chevette, a genuine
Is that what Desi?
Yeah.
HSR
Desi and I have a record that we were the
Chevette.
last ever
Andy
Group B
from
Metro
Calinchi.
clear rally. Killarney in 1986.
Really, yeah.
Because remember they banned them and they all had to
86 is a busy year for you. You're finishing ninth in the circuit now,
Yeah.
3 weeks later.
bring.
Desi McCartney in a metro.
Well, Killarney was run in November. Remember it used to run at the end of the year. But Metro was just something to sit on. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, I only ever competed in one rally, Clare Stages, and Kenny Culvert's 604 metro.
That was probably one of the best ones about it.
Incredible. You've got an engine in red, 10 and a quarter, 10.
Uh-huh.
I think it was about £17,000 it cost that engine, but it was an immaculate car as well. Same year, Nesbitt had the car, and Nesbitt was in front of the car. He actually won the race.
And that car Nesbitt bought, I did Lurgan Parker with Steve Safranian.
Really, yeah.
Because Nesbitt got me out, what's Carling? And I had to get this full, give him every single detail I knew about the car. And then the next thing I knew, he bought the car.
Yeah. Andrew Nesbitt. Andy Johnson.
Andy Johnson.
Jim McSherry. That's a combination.
That's a
Gone back
combination.
a few
Long,
years. Yeah, and the Vauxhall
Johnson's
Chevette.
coffee, eh?
Wow. So it looks like it's bad news for the Stratus, I'm afraid, unless he's had a little bit of a problem run down the field a little bit. We've seen Frank Cunningham. Slippy takes another one. But I haven't seen Keith McIver yet.
No.
I haven't seen Desi Nuts. There are a couple of 911s to come.
Keith McGuy runs KDM, doesn't he?
He does indeed, yeah. And would be a cousin, I think, of Chris Meek.
Yes.
Remember in the early days, KDM used to appear in Chris's overalls. He used to sponsor it.
Yeah.
Big stand way.
There's places everywhere now. He's done
David
very well.
Walsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
David Walsh and Martin Lynch. Oh, gosh, trying to spread a little bit.
Yeah, he might have lost a few more than.
I'm certainly running out of order a little bit.
Did they reseat the logo? No, it doesn't look like it.
This is a starting list for this morning, so that's how they left the King's Hall this morning.
Francis Street.
That's definitely David Walsh.
Yeah.
Oh!
Touring car racing. I'd love to be in the car with Andy and Jim when that went on. I'm sure Andy said so.
Jim used to co-drive Steve Emerson.
He did.
Man, he's a wild night. I actually saw Stevie Emerson on this rally last year on the Friday. For the first time in many years. Way! You have to remember how wide those back axles are and those arches. I was told off for slicing my seat.
What?
Yeah.
These people have no shame.
It wasn't,
But
it wasn't producer Pete who told me off, but I know who did. And
the thing is, John, He's a school teacher. He should know better.
That's true.
He told us he's a school teacher.
He should be
And
saying
he told us off earlier on.
I think
Yes,
you'll find I didn't tell you he was a school teacher. He said it taught English.
It's lovely listening to your nostalgia, I have to say. And I've just been doing my own nostalgia. I've been on the phone to Tyrone, Castle Derg, and we're organising the Willie John Dolan co-driving club meeting tomorrow night. It could be on.
Tomorrow night.
Could be on.
Okay.
Nobody
Is
days.
he feeling a little bit better? He was a bit
The flu. The flu is. He's had a bad flu since February. Tells me. That's not
That is
good.
bad. And you definitely want to meet up on.
I think it could be on.
Oh,
Here we go.
is this the Stratus?
I don't think so.
That's Porsche. KDM is Keith McGarvey.
David Burns.
That's a nice car. You always wondered how those cars work in Irish tarmac because they're not good over jumps. But they do. For some reason they do.
British historic champion.
It's a thick car, isn't it? Desi Nuts coming on the stage there too.
It's actually
Dixon.
Dixon. Fabian McAleer. Again, what a combination. Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride.
They go back
How
a
many
long,
years?
long time.
Still going strong.
Porsche full cry. The good old days are back.
Quite a contrast from watching Mitsubishi around a hairpin and Porsche around a hairpin, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Keith McGarver's not holding back. Oh, who's
There's a
that?
bale rolling down the street.
Turn the lights off to see who you are,
So, who
please.
can it be? Ashley Dixon,
I think
Desi
so.
Nutt,
Geraldine McBride alongside
or Keith McIver is one of those.
It's Desi Nutt.
It's Desi Nutt. The Flan Doctor.
former British historic champions.
I hit it with the right shape of car and just rolled over it.
Doesn't seem to have made much of a mark on it.
No?
Tough
Those
ones,
things are heavy.
tough ones make him strong.
Yeah.
Full house Porsche.
So, fellas, I've woken up. Which would you rather do a Circuit of Ireland in? One of these cars or one of the current cars?
One of the current cars.
As long as you like them.
One of the current cars. Because I haven't sat in one of the current cars. I haven't sat in an R5.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. I've sat in the WRCs, but I haven't sat in an R5 yet. I don't know if there's an awful amount of difference. Some of the guys tell me there is, some will say there's not. I don't know.
But whereas these were weapons that were adapted to the job, as to say, you take a Porsche and turn it into a rally car.
Yeah.
But the current one's built for the job more.
Yes, I think so. They're built specifically for the job. The thing I can't get around my head is when the rallies were so much longer, the cars did no problem. You know, Mantas and everything.
Went on forever.
It went on forever. An R5 car couldn't be 500 stage mountain.
A sprint, a little sprint vehicle, little post boxes.
And if anything, you know, why do these cars keep, if you touch them, they lose a wheel?
Whereas back in the day,
Well, back in the day, there's a damage to the wheel.
yeah. But you'd really have to.
But
have
you'd have
done
got it out of the stage and somebody would have got something to fix it and pulled it apart, and, you know. Now, wheel off, out. But it's I think it's the way of the world. It's just money now, isn't it? And a lot of it, you know, they're throwaway items nearly. Oh, Trevor's going to miss a Stratus because I think that's a Stratus in the line, running way out of order.
What, buried in there?
No, up at the start they showed one. See that one?
Yeah.
It is a Stratus, isn't it?
Social media corner is in agreement. Calling Trevor Agnew. Trevor Agnew to a
You're
prize
gonna
for
miss
screen.
this.
You're going to miss the...
It's going to ruin your day because we're going to tell you how great it is, even if it's not. Oh, listen to that car coming off the start. Listen to him starting it.
That was
What
the
a
best
car!
one of the day.
Unbelievable. He's back. Oh, he's not going. He's turned the lights off again.
Yeah, leave it go. Still scooting bales out. They're still rolling bales, but
You gotta savor this first.
so we still have thousands of people streamed in and listened to it. And I have this weird feeling in my little break there that a lot of these guys will want a recording of this. I'll be recording of me and Beasant and Trevor Agnew talking about
this is
rallying 30
fellas.
years ago.
Fellas, this is wonderful nostalgia. I've
No.
been sitting here. The only thing I'm missing, and Ryan is missing, is a glass of wine. You're not going on about how it was better in the old days. And now I'm beginning to think it really was.
That was different.
There
That's
are.
the best way to describe it. It was
Looking
different.
at the analytics, there are thousands of people throughout the world,
From Sydney to Catalonia. Here you
from Boston to New Jersey,
Can you imagine the abuse we're going to get for this?
from Calcutta to Papua New Guinea.
They're listening into it.
Listen, nothing.
You got children, just
Panama Papers haven't come out tonight or anything. There's nothing sort of.
Yeah.
The dollar hasn't fallen, oil prices haven't gone up.
Here we go.
Here we go. The Stratos.
Let's just listen.
Listen. Oh, it's beautiful.
Just listen.
God, I think pitch and roll.
I know. It's unbelievable.
100cc, 16 bar
Now, who's in the Mark II behind him? Because he's, you know what he's trying to do.
We're not worried at the moment.
Don't change up.
Yes, now, Donnelly.
And Dave Burt.
Regular Northern Ireland competitors. Steve Perez took his time on Slippy Corner.
Just slip nice, did it?
No.
Not on those.
I wonder what size what width are the rear tires
We're talking
Oh!
of
Now
wicked
Donnelly's
looking.
spin. He didn't get round at all. Oh! And then nearly took it.
He's on his tail. First time we've seen this.
4-5.
Yeah, that would be Jonathan Cargill and Davy McElroy. Can't be the same Davy McElroy, can it?
See me what I know?
It's a co-driver this time. Definitely dives under braking, doesn't it? Is that well softened? Supposedly the springs are
They're probably working the wet very well.
yeah.
Gorgeous car, isn't it?
There we go, one Lancia Stratus.
And it's finished the first day.
First day.
He'll be a happy man to see that.
He'll be a happy man. He will enjoy his half pint of shandy tonight.
There's still time.
He's going to drive it back to Belfast yet.
Wow. Nice love. Ian Green and Amanda Green. In the Peugeot 205 GTI, that's it. Yeah. That's an iconic car, isn't it?
Yeah.
205 GTO, the 205 GTO,
Yeah.
not a Peugeot Cup GTO.
No, it's a 205. Easily 2 meters. There's Kyle White.
Sean Topping on CTR2 Max. That'd be a good fun little car.
Yeah, that's very good. He didn't think he was going to get a start. He's actually leading his class in the Northern Ireland Championship and leading the junior class in the Northern Ireland Championship. You know his father, Barry Taggart.
Gary White, of course.
Barry Taggart from your end of the woods navigated for
Blacks
him.
Road Gary.
That's the very man. That's the son.
See?
The rear of these three cars.
Probably slapping the head right. His dad will be watching. His dad keeps a close eye on him. Yeah. What are you in for that camera for?
Kyle must have got a lead entry.
I think he tried to get an entry and then I don't know what happened, but
It's
somebody
great to see
pulled
him
out.
It's great to see him out, especially with the championship in mind.
Yeah.
Difficult in a rally like this. It's so competition right to get around.
The circuit has always been that way.
Yeah, Easter Stage was used to always be oversubscribed,
Yeah.
of course.
And then the next one is the True Experience.
Yeah.
They might be lucky with 50 cars.
Yeah, it's good job. Yep.
Like last week, was it Mayo or one of the national rounds down south? Over the last 5 or 6 years, have always been oversubscribed. They only had 100 cars. Now 100 cars sounds a lot.
Yeah.
They can take 150,
There you go.
and they could only get 100 because probably a lot of the guys were doing the circuit.
Ian, have you picked up on this tweet by Chris Boyd? You must have had this read to you on Social Media Corner or
Social media has disappeared. He's retired.
Chris Boyd, you must know and love. Great coverage today, fantastic Ian. Ian Beasant's knowledge tonight. Regards from another Irish Sea Rally Miles. This is Chris Boyd. Thank you for that, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Ian is blushing. Not. Ian Clapham, great coverage, guys, via YouTube. You didn't tell me we were going out on YouTube.
Trevor.
Somebody phone my agent.
That's Agnew again.
Double the fee.
Every time we're showing, we get double money, you know.
That's the, yeah, well, that's
Give us a shout out, says Ian Clapham.
20B you got now.
Double of nothing is still
Yeah,
nothing.
that's just what I was going to say. That's exactly it.
I was foolish enough to take the phone call yesterday morning. Would you do me a favour?
I think that's how mine began.
I wonder what this is about. Where are you?
You're loving it, guys. You're loving it.
I'm in Antrim.
What else?
Oh, are you coming up? Where will you be tomorrow night?
What else would you be doing on a Friday night?
I told you,
At half past 10.
I'll be down the Saxon Arms
No.
drinking Palmer's Dorset Gold with my mate Andy.
No, you would have
In the
made,
gossip corner, you said, it's putting the world to rights.
you would
Exactly.
have made yourself a hangover, John Desborough. You know that.
Well, he can cope with that. He's had them before.
How fresh you'll feel in the morning.
Hold on, he's trying to organise a night with Willie John Dola. That's not a hangover.
Let me just tell you, tomorrow has to finish at 7 o'clock because Willie Johns are going out for the first time in 11 years.
Oh! When are you heading back across the water again?
Sunday lunchtime.
Don't think so. Don't think that's going to happen. Who are you flying with?
I'm going with that well-known Orange airline.
They do more than one flight a day, you do.
Oh, another spin. So we've got Gavin Devlin on the stage with Gavin Sheehan in the Sunday. Just concerned that these guys might want a copy of this.
They're all run there. No, they're run
That's a
back in.
Peugeot, that's in green, isn't it? In Amanda Green?
172?
Yeah.
It is a wee Peugeot, yeah.
It's got to be them.
Square lights on it.
Cars. Lining up. Next batch.
Oh, just overcooked it.
Gavin.
Gavin Devlin. Vauxhall engine car too. Oh, someone's trying to go with no lights, which is back tail light and brake lights. Might be the way to go.
Some interesting times for the stage in the National Rally, so our fastest person.
The meters can look a little different, isn't it?
Yeah. It's decided to play, so we're still okay with
Ollie Miller's was quickest.
fastest in the stage, 19.4. It was 3 seconds down. Further, 5 seconds from there was Donny McDonald, then Lee Hastings, then John Devlin, Wesley Patterson was in 6th, then Ty Kirkpatrick, Colin McFall, John Gordon, Simon Woodside, and Grant.
Four-wheel drive cars all did well, so it must have got slippier actually.
So that means overall going into the second day of McGarty is leading, requiring a penalty.
What's the gap?
The gap is
39.6
seconds. To Wesley Patterson, Johnny Bird, and a fantastic Mark II Escort. Third, Ollie Mellors and Ian Winters. Fourth is Declan McNaughton and Sean Kidd. Fifth, Alistair Cochran and Kidd. Sixth, Clive Kilpatrick and Jay Colville. Seventh, Rodney White and Evan Hughes. Eighth, Camillus Bradley and Crawford Henderson. Ninth, Donny McDonald and Andrew Falcon. And 10th, Simon Woodside and Stephen Dowds.
Can I just come in there and bring in Tommy Moynihan, who we need to have a talk to, Trevor, because Tommy says, at Seb Marshall, good work today, Seb, but how come at Desborough and at T Agnew got the cushy seats? Got the cushy seats.
That's
We
probably
didn't get the rain, we did get a cushy seat, but we started at about 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh, he's got some other talent. Is this Seb Marshall hacking into people's hands? So Mike Shaw says, reveling in the brilliance of Seb Marshall behind the microphone. A young man of many talents. It's fair play to get recognised what he did today. He did a sterling job at
It was very entertaining, I told him so, in the service part.
and in the
Very
service
good.
part as well. As I said, Martin Bungle, keep an eye over your shoulder. Seb's coming to get you. After he finishes winning the race.
And the longer he spends doing that, the better, the longer we in TV don't have to worry. Marshall's creeping up behind us and he's about to take our jobs. Oh, now he's upstairs in the gallery and how he is.
It's producing us now and directing us.
Okay, let me just reply here to Tommy Moynihan.
Man of many talents, so he's now producing the shows.
John, you can't send that on a tweet. You got in trouble saying that.
Talents, it's only 2. It only has to be 2 talents.
He's probably monitoring your computer.
We knew you were listening, we were only trying to get I knew you were listening, Marshall. Right, it means that you have to buy a glass of lemonade tonight. At about 10 past 1.
Yeah,
If you could find somewhere to buy it.
The difficult bit, Seb, is that you're going to have to break into the bar at the hotel before, just turn the pumps on, because no one else is going to be around at the time we get back.
It's all good fun. Who have we on the stage now? Let's pick a number.
Mark II
Where
Escort.
we're going to go. That is definitely, I think, Leroy Mills and Simon John Rogers in our course.
You're right.
Big lick. does look really slippery.
It does. Oh,
There's nailed another one.
It might be Slippy Maybe corner in
What?
these
Yeah.
notes, Monday, doesn't it?
could
Slippy
be.
maybe baby. Slippy maybe baby. Oh.
Is that producer Pete walking into the studio with instructions?
Yeah.
What's he said now?
He's not producer Pete anymore, he's just Pete. We have producer Seb.
No, come on, you can't. He can't take over everything.
Yeah, he has.
Are you telling me
He's
Seb
taking
Marshall?
your job. He's taking your computer. He's producing. He's directing. He's done a lot.
You telling me Seb Marshall is producing the? No, he's just sitting in your chair with your headphones on. That's right.
Yeah.
5 to 11. We have to finish, boys and girls.
Yeah.
We've been given our margin orders.
That means that the satellite time will be up, folks, and I think we should be fairly well through it. Not too many to go here. So as we watch Simon Michael and Conor Dunlop negotiate their way through the streets of Ards. And the reason it's called Ards TTN is
There used to be a race called the Arch TT, didn't there? And they used to race through the streets of Arch.
and I think if you spoke to Mr. Murray Walker, you would form memories of it as well.
Yeah. I heard him speak one night at a dinner about it.
Yeah.
Actually, he knew far more about Newtownards than I did.
Great to hear his voice on the Channel 4
Yeah.
coverage of Formula
He's a star,
He just
that
would
man.
never ever tire.
Did you buy his autobiography?
Yes.
I heard a funny story from the man who negotiated that for Murray. He got the deal. And Murray phoned up and he said, I'll give this man's name Steve. His name isn't Steve. He said, Steve, good news. I've got 30,000 words down for my autobiography. And Steve said, that's fantastic. He was a little worried that Murray might not be able to produce the number of words required for a book like that. It came out in, 2002?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I've got 30,000 words down and I've just reached the bit where I get into Formula 1.
He's just left the Mars bar days.
I was just noticing this Lotus Mark 115. It's fantastic. Neil Crichton and Gregory Roberts. Brilliant.
And you saw his son earlier on.
That's where we are, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Neil and Arnal, sorry. Yeah, similar story with Murray Walker. I was at Google Festival Speed. I sat having a dinner, and this chap approaches, and he put his hand on the table and says, I want to reserve these 2 seats for me and my father. This is Mr. Murray Walker about 3 years ago at Google.
He is a big admirer of his father and his father's achievements in bike racing. He holds him in great esteem.
So he came and joined us, and for an hour and a half he asked us what we did. And
He's an absolute gentleman.
he's just fantastic. It's quite soft in the setup that
He's rallied that Cortina for years.
and that's Brenton McAree's RSR. Yeah, that's a beefy looking vehicle, isn't it?
And the Civic we have.
So we're on the final countdown. 5 more
Nick
minutes of
Barnett, Martin
airtime.
Brady.
Are we going to get them all in?
Niles having a good throw at that. Must be no handbrake then.
They are running out of order a little bit. We're going to get most of them. The Audi S2 cut in like quite good. James McGee driving that one. And a BMW 2002. Is that Ivor Ferguson marketing? Another marketing man? A big hero of mine, Ivor Ferguson. What a top bloke he is.
Let's just have a word with our producer tonight. Seb Marshall, if you're up there, I think what we do is we keep these, that's right, that's Seb Marshall is producing tonight's show. So I think we keep these pictures running right until the satellite stops.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
Yeah.
wants to have a look at us. Seb's got Pete back in the hot seat, that's good, just for a second.
Chicken.
Well, Pete, we got a hard out here, as they call it. So you say it's 5 to 11, and I make it 22:51.
Yeah.
We'll just keep these pictures running, and maybe we can get everybody in because we're almost there, aren't we?
Yeah, and I remember earlier on today when we thought the satellite was going to go down, it stayed going for an extra 5 minutes. We really just need an extra 5 minutes.
Well, a very, very experienced.
He just did tell everyone.
Speed hill climbs, sprints
Who are
for
we
many
waiting for
years. Really taken to the
It's value
spot.
for money, Peter. I wouldn't panic about it.
Bobby Willis organised it. If anybody wants to know. So Mark TS Road, I think.
Well, it's a fairly sensible guess.
Wasn't it just? I think that's William Morgan.
William Morgan?
And Desi Wilson, and you would know Desi Wilson.
I know William Morgan as well.
Yeah.
That Morgan's removal. There we go. I saw Desi Wilson at that function we were talking about earlier on for the Fisher Foundation. And he's well lit up, isn't he? In there?
He is too, yeah.
Well, Desi does shine a light on himself. Who have we got here? Thanks, Bishop. That's William, of course. You know. He always had yellow cars, didn't he?
He did.
His company colours.
And that car actually was bought from John Waring. And John Waring won the Circuit of Ireland National 1 year. That's Desi's from here.
That's Desi. I told you it was slippery. I told you it was slippery the last time I was around.
No.
Follow the instruction.
It would be quite cool having one of those going over Hampton's Folly and launch.
Swinging
Nobody
chicane.
spins there. Nobody spins there.
Is that William?
That's the first.
Oh!
That's clever.
He had braked himself in there.
He's got lights and heat behind him.
The pressure's on now.
We'll get on a flap, we'll go on there. Desi, concentrate.
That's William was catching him.
William's catching him.
Oh dear.
Hazard lights on.
And a clunking sound.
Yeah, she's clunking, all right.
Drive shaft maybe.
Is that the Civic? No, is it?
No, it's a
It's a
Fiesta.
Citroen.
It's one of the early Fiestas.
Is it not
Young
Philip Hamilton? No, 152. It's Ian Dixon.
Ian Dixon.
And Stephen Monaghan. That's what it is.
22:54, according to the time, according to Apple. Yeah, can you hear Seb saying, do they get a countdown?
The camera thinking.
So shall I do it only remains for me to say,
Oh yes.
what an absolute pleasure it's been listening to the knowledge, enthusiasm and nostalgia of you, Beasant. Round of applause for you.
With feeling, please, John. With feeling. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Are you coming back in tomorrow, or are you going to have your feet up for tomorrow?
I don't have to work tomorrow.
He's got
work tomorrow.
Get back to the cars. Back to that's better. We don't want us. And it's been an absolute joy listening to Trevor Agnew keep up with the knowledge and nostalgia of Ian Beasant.
And the education we have learned from Trevor tonight, John, that's been a joy.
It was wonderful, and it was good to see Trevor actually sitting up. Ryan in Social Media Corner says he looks forward to being with you all tomorrow. Producer Pete says he looks forward to seeing his bed for the first time this week.
For 2 hours.
And well, as for
And-
Seb Marshall,
and-
he's just looking forward to a cosy seat, according to, is it Chris Boyd?
And editor Chris is probably horizontal upstairs in a sleeping bag as we speak.
And let me leave you with this thought as we play out up to the satellite going, and this is from Marcia Zurian, who says, this is about as good as it gets without competing. Hats off to @Circuit Island, @Benyon24, @Desborough J, that shouldn't be in there, should it? @MSABRC, oh, it doesn't mention you, Trevor. Oh, what a shame.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
They've run out.
The bar's too high. Tomorrow morning,
Tomorrow, I think
We will be
I
back.
think I'll come back in here and we'll get
at 8 a.m.